Well, I only use the share thing on the PlayStation, so I just had to press it
Really
go.
cool. Anyway, I keep doing this every.
Uh-oh, Seraphim's gone again.
What's crap?
It's gonna be another one of those streams.
It is.
Jeez.
Voice is going again.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
Anyone else having some
dangerous with you.
Someone's in the talking of the corner of
do
my
that.
ear. Who is that talking over there?
Down, because that game.
Sounds like Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, where'd he gone?
Where is he?
Is he
Alright, guys.
I'll try and invite him, guys.
Oh, he's taking a phone call or something. Did you take
Oh, he's okay, that's cool. No problem.
Hello, everyone.
What's the time anyway?
Nick,
So, I
we
don't know
got
if
Polish
anybody
Paul,
can hear me.
Dave's
Can you
team,
still hear me?
Sugarhead,
Him anyway, we would
Ryan from VR Grid,
Oh, can you, right?
Sarah from One I
I don't know
Know.
if you can hear me. Damn it.
We got
Everybody-
7 Degrees of
Everybody
Gaming,
watching.
we got Game Attack, we got Lewis Knight,
microphone, my
PSVR,
microphone.
and we're just waiting on AWOL Soldier.
Yeah, there we go.
It's alright, there's nobody watching my stream, so it's fine, I can say what I like.
Who's the eliminator?
Hey, Eliminator, you want to come?
No one's.
Oh, alive and in it, there he is, he's over
I don't want
there, he's
any
behind me.
hard feelings,
I started
Preach is streaming.
Yeah.
I'm streaming, you can come on. Get yourself in there.
streaming. Preach, don't need to stream yet, man.
I know, but if I don't set it up now, then
out of the ass.
it'll
Oh,
never
who gave
go.
me this? Where did I get this from? Did someone put this in my hand?
I can trim the video later.
Nah.
I don't have this at all.
Just like I'm in charge. I love what it's like being.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Lewis Knight.
I love it.
Roundtable
I
time.
like the feeling of
Post E3.
Once AWOL turns up, obviously,
Yes.
wherever he's gone. So we'll pretty much go through the games that have been announced for PlayStation VR that actually got revealed, because obviously E3 is all about the reveals. So we'll go through each game, our thoughts on each game that's got revealed. We'll also talk about the couple from Bethesda that we have no idea if they're coming to PlayStation VR or not. Why not? Then we'll just sort of like briefly chat about the other stuff that they did actually show demonstration-wise. Our thoughts as a close about E3, and then we'll just kind of chat the shit. And also we'll throw it open to viewer questions and stuff like that. So. If you do get somebody on your stream that comes up with a question, just respond to them. That we're not taking questions at the moment, but we will be taking questions later in the stream, and then post that question then. So just remind them that things.
Real quick, can't you do a thing in Rec Room where you like mute yourself from the room, but you can still talk to your
Yeah,
screen?
yeah, you can. You put your hand over your mouth. So
Okay,
if you get.
if
you get someone on the thing, just put your hand over the mouth.
Is it working? I don't know if that's working. Is it working?
It's working.
It's not working.
Can you guys hear me?
Honestly. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
think you guys can hear me.
Can
you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can
No.
you hear me? Well, it's not working.
I can hear you.
Hey, well, you made it, man.
Hey,
You
well.
finally made it.
Hey, look, we actually have an audience too. This is cool. We should actually have an audience in here. Why would we do that? That's
We should
amazing.
get up on the main stage, man. That's what I'm saying. Get
Listen, dude, this is not open mic night.
Yeah. Well, I got you on my stream too.
I can't. They won't let me on the stage. They won't let me.
Oh shit.
No, only I can go on the stage.
All right, I think I'm gonna start broadcasting here in a sec.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start my stream now.
I don't like
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Just security in the back.
Take a seat, man,
We
take
got
a seat.
security in the back. That's pretty cool.
Well, I don't want to be in front of anybody's streams, you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, bro. You come into
It's
the
all good, man.
bro.
I'm just gonna look at you the entire time.
We are live with the roundtable, so bear with us as we get set up, but it'll start right away.
There we go. You can like teleport into the chair, yeah?
Yeah, sorry guys, my freaking rec room locked up on me and screwed my storage up. I had to repair the PlayStation and my external storage. That's what I was doing.
Oh, sorry about that, brother.
Sorry about that.
Well, there we go. Teleporting into
What's
the
up,
chair. That's
AWOL?
what I was looking for.
What's happening?
What's happening? All right, let's do this, guys.
Well, let's get
Sorry, Nat.
joking. Let's go. No, I'm kidding. I'm just talking to my subs. They're laughing at stupid shit, guys.
I know, no.
I think it's funny.
JD said total sausage fest. we need a girl streamer like badly. All right.
Yeah,
Hey, Nat, I'll do it. No,
We want to go around the room and introduce everybody before we get going.
Are we all streaming?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we have more people here now.
So, yeah.
I think everybody's streaming.
I just started mine.
No,
Yeah, I'm
no,
streaming.
no.
I see you, Cannon. You're there.
Who's not
Hey, well,
streaming
I
at the
can't
moment?
hear you when I'm all the way over there.
Everybody going?
No one
People are breaking up really
Oh
bad.
my god, what happened to the couch? Hey, what happened to the couch? I didn't touch it. My hands are not. Don't even accuse me of that. I didn't touch it. I did not touch
That
it.
was hilarious.
Steven, what's up, man?
I can't sit back on my lounge now. You broke my back. Wait.
Oh, I saw a highlight for a second.
Looks like I'm the security guard.
So I have to sit by Seraphim because I
Oh, you
got
had it,
last,
you had
I
it.
take it. I have to sit by Seraphim.
Oh, fuck.
Lewis.
That's
Yeah,
you,
see,
man.
now-
That wasn't me. That's you.
No, it was
Lewis,
totally
can you
me.
send me an
totally
invite?
accidentally
Minute.
grabbed it, but
Yeah,
It's been
same.
grabbed.
Why is the couch moving? Oh, man. There we go.
I like
Just
the
sit
new
down. There we go.
Let's get a little
There you go, there you go.
Sorry, everybody. Let's continue.
Hey, no, I'm sitting next to Seraphim. What's wrong? He smells?
Like weed.
All right, let's get started. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves.
All right,
That was Seraphim. Everybody knows Seraphim.
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 But I'm learning.
Right, okay.
Should we stand in the middle and then introduce ourselves?
Paul's going now. Paul's up. Oh no,
my
gamer tag.
No.
Come on, Mar.
He'll be back. I'll re-invite him. Let's keep it going.
You can't talk about weed when he...
Oh no, I said
Oh,
cheese, Mar.
he just muted himself when he did that.
He did mute himself when he did that.
Like cheese.
Did you? Does it really work?
Mine
You guys
didn't
hear
look
me?
wrong.
They can't.
No? Does it
So
work?
listening,
Hello?
Maybe you got to
Is this
whisper.
working? Can you guys hear me?
Whisper.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Can you hear me now?
How
No?
did Dave
No?
mute himself? I'd like to know.
He put his head.
E3.
Can
Are we
make
starting?
noises?
All right, we got other
Ryan, I
stuff
can
to
hear
talk
you.
about, guys. Let's get to it.
Are you guys ready?
We all started
You guys ready
talking.
to start?
Let's
Right,
get on with
okay.
it.
To start. Yes, let's do it.
I'll get
Yeah, you
gamer
wanna
tag
get
in here.
started?
You guys go ahead. I'll get gamer tag. I'm Lewis Knight.
Yo, Preacher from Preacher Plays here.
Hello, PSVR.
Just Polish VR?
Paul.
Oh, okay, good. I'm Dave from Dave Station VR. From America.
Hi, Jason.
Jason, just a fan.
Hey guys, I'm Christian Shookhead Gaming, Canada.
Oh, I'm Ryan from the VR Grid.
Christopher
Canadian.
Lambert, Mortal Kombat 1. No, I'm
Yes, he is
Sam
also
from
Canadian.
Australia. Did you guys hear
Australia. Yeah, a little bit.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, we heard you. I'm AWOL Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm Nat from 7 Degrees of Gaming.
And we're going to talk about E3 for PSVR.
Indeed we are.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you guys want to start with?
Well, it's
Well, let's
been
go
years,
through
so after
let's
release.
go through the games that got announced at PlayStation VR and our thoughts on them. We'll go through them in order. It's the easiest way. So the first one is Tetris Effect, which we kind of did discuss on the pre-E3 show, but I think we kind of all figured that there was going to be bigger games announced, and there wasn't really.
No, that's the biggest one for sure.
That was one of them. Wasn't it? So,
Killer app, honestly.
I don't think there's a killer, but
It's got duff music in it.
yeah, I mean, look, the game is going to be good. It's got Mizuguchi is heading it up, who obviously we know from Res Infinite, which was a superb game. It just really wasn't the game that kind of should have opened the show. A lot of you guys that were here on the pre-show thought, well, no, we're going to start small and go bigger. As I say, the problem is that we didn't. We started small and we kind of stayed small, if that. So I'm still a little bit disappointed in terms of the reveal. But when you look at the full lineup that got revealed, it just kind of showed that we were off to a bad start. And to be honest, it didn't really get any better as we moved on. In fact, it got worse in some respects. So that's my thought about Tetris Effect. I still think it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to buy it. But I think it kind of set the tone for how the E3 reveals eventually turned out. Lewis?
Yeah. Obviously, was a little thrown back by that first reveal. I was like, that's the one. But okay. But then actually, I don't know. After watching the footage at E3 of Tetris, I just don't think. Like, I like Tetris, but damn, I just don't think I was still impressed by it after watching the footage. Even I don't know. Maybe I'm just not I'm still a Tetris fan, but I just don't see the point of it being in VR. I don't see it. That's my take on Tetris. Please move on.
No, Dave?
Dave?
I got about the exact opposite. When I saw that footage, I was like, oh, okay, it still looks like a solid Tetris game underneath all that Mizuguchi shimmer and stuff, but then it's got all that going, too. And I don't know. I was impressed with what I saw. I think it's going to look great in VR. I'm looking forward to it. That's pretty much my take. I'm excited.
When I saw it, I think I did a massive face palm and was like, oh my god, really? Tetris? I mean, I like Tetris. I've always liked Tetris, but when you actually watch the footage of this, it's still just Tetris. I mean, I had it in my mind when I first heard about Tetris. It was like, ooh, maybe you gotta grab the blocks and rotate them around and shit like that. But
Nah,
no
nobody wants to do that shit.
Yeah, no, but why else? Like Lewis said, why else put it in VR? I mean, what's the point?
Because
it's just
it's going to look
Tetris.
beautiful. It's going to be so immersive. Can you get the idea of it being all around you and it all reacts to what you do? So you're immersed in this world that everything you do in Tetris creates a response in the.
I just don't see the point, man. With Playtime. I mean,
it's just Tetris.
Have you played Area X on Res?
Yes, I have. And
That's
that
the
was
point
cool.
of it. Put Tetris inside that shit. You're good, man.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be
I don't know.
I
It
think
was like
it'll
putting
sell well. I think it'll sell well, and a lot of new guys will be like, ooh,
It's the same as
Tetris,
putting
but
Tetris
for
in
me,
Mortal
nah.
Kombat. It's just another way of Tetris.
I play Mortal Kombat in VR.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
I would play
Tetris.
Mortal Kombat in VR,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody watches so see, that's not a great example.
I'm just saying, like Tetris has gone everywhere. There's so many different types of Tetris. Some of it, and not even called Tetris, but it's still Tetris.
You had your turn.
Ooh, he's giving you that shut up hammer.
just saying.
You got that shut up hammer, Lewis?
I'm done.
Where
I'm
is
done.
the
We
shut
can
up hammer?
we can go to Paul now.
just
I'm
saying.
done.
We
Lewis.
got
Paul, yeah, no, Paul next.
Yeah.
Is it me now?
I
Yeah,
got
super.
what happened?
Like,
you
well,
get
when
that
I saw
one
it, for me it's like somebody said, Tetris is Tetris, so just Tetris. I'm probably gonna play it for visuals and music, but I still, not too excited about it. I'm gonna play it, it looks alright, but it's Tetris, which is Tetris.
We should ask what everybody's mom thinks. Like, if you said, hey,
My
mom,
mom
what
don't
do you
give a
think
shit
about playing
about VR.
Farpoint? And then you're like, hey, mom, you want to play Tetris? She'd be like, yeah, let's do that over Farpoint.
Yeah, my mum
Anyways, I'm done.
coming in here.
My mom loves VR. My mom loves VR.
I can't even get her in the helmet.
Yeah, put
When
her
she
in
comes
Tetris,
to my
man. She'll
house,
get in that shit
she-
in 2 seconds. Trust.
Yeah, she plays Resident Evil and everything when she comes to my house.
She don't like video games. She don't even give a shit about Tetris. I don't know. That's just her.
She doesn't give a shit about. I guarantee she's played it.
I swear to you, she does not.
Come on. Everybody
Anyway.
had their turn, so.
Livenator, what's up?
Come on, Livenator.
Well, I mean, I'm with you guys. I'm not that excited about Tetris myself, but still, it's still one of the best-selling games ever. I mean, no matter what, no matter how you put it, it's still the best-selling game. So, I mean, to see what it's like in 3D, why not? I mean, hopefully it's not like a $40 game or something like that. Hopefully it's like a $10 game. That'll make it a little digestible.
I
for
don't
most
think they've
people out
priced
there.
the Tetris that high in a while. Like, the last Tetris I've seen are 20 or 30 bucks.
I was gonna say it's gonna be $30 at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus,
Yeah, what
Yeah,
rejected
well-
name, yeah.
well, Res was 20 when it came out, right? It was around that price.
Yeah.
Well,
But
$20
this is
US.
Tetris.
Oh, there's definitely going to be some
always-
debate.
I'm
being
serious,
had,
it's
JP.
got clout.
That is true. Joke.
Are you done there? Alrighty.
Oh, yeah. That's a,
Okay, so I grew up
You
with
get
the classic Game Boy.
questions. In a minute we answer them. Right, what? I was thinking I covered my mouth.
Shut up, guys. Jesus. Order.
Come on,
I
Shotgun.
was saying, I grew up in the 80s, and so I had the original Game Boy
Sorry,
with the pea soup green Tetris, and so for me, Tetris will always be associated with taking a shit. That's all Tetris will ever be, is sitting on the toilet and taking a shit and playing the Tetris music. And
So you gotta wait till it comes
Or
to
trying
Oculus
to shoot
Go,
out blocks
and
of
then you'll be
Tetris
good.
in the sky and stack them on each other.
the way I look at it, and I'm going to say this many times throughout this thing, is that I don't think Sony had a bad showing of PSVR. They just had a really fucked up way of the way that they organize it. I think Tetris in VR could be very cool. There's people who love Res and games like that. It's just, it needed to not be shown in the beginning like that. Like, why did they not put one of these bigger games at the front and just put Tetris on the show
What's
floor?
a bigger game, though? Honestly, like, Firewall might be bigger to us, but, like,
That one from
to those people,
from
like-
software, I think that's the bigger game. They're saying like
That
it's
would've been a
eight
better
hours.
option.
no, From Software is good. Is going to be good. That Daracene or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anybody French in here? No.
You're right,
Okay.
Daracene.
Okay,
Canadian friends, maybe.
But the thing is, the stuff I've seen is people being like, oh, well, it's not Dark Souls. What the fuck are you trying to do here? Like, I don't want to play in some little kid's school. I want to do Dark Souls. Oh, gamertag is back.
These kids on there.
Yeah, we all got the same
I don't feel that way, but I think a lot of people react to that.
Someone sent him an invite.
Yeah, we all did, I think.
All right.
Okay, VR Grid?
All right, I'm kind of with everybody else. It was underwhelming for sure. It's still underwhelming. I love Tetris.
I
Same
did
as
twice,
Shug.
buddy.
I grew up with Tetris. Same thing, and I could get on Tetris. I could play online. Hopefully, it's online. It better be online. If it is online, that'll be cool. I would love to play online Tetris. But as far as the Res stuff go, like I liked Res. I wasn't blown away by Res. Area X is cool for like 5 minutes. Then it's just looking at stuff, and I feel like Tetris is going to be Tetris with a bunch of looking at stuff, and I just don't know how long that can really keep my interest, other than the fact that Tetris is just a game I've loved for 30 years. So,
Well, yeah, it'll
it's
probably
good
keep your
that-
interest for that reason.
And the after
You don't do it on
I think
purpose.
he's having a seizure.
was amazing too. In agreement.
Something was amazing.
And that's how you live. That's how I do it. You guys.
That's how
That's how you do it.
Okay, so I think like Tetris, I would pay $100 for. You know what I mean?
Are you supposed to? I don't think it's going to cost $100. No.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
Sorry,
Chris.
when you're cutting out, mate, for me.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
love
Oh
to
yeah, I was
send
just saying
those.
Tetris, like,
Sorry.
alright, wasn't like $100. I think that's a pricey Tetris. 100 Tetris. How much will it be?
It would be a $60
No one
game here,
knows.
he's saying. It would be a $60 game in America if it would be $100.
I don't think it's going to be a $60.
If Tetris is full price, it's dead. It's dead on
It's
the road.
not going to be
No,
a
fuck
$60
that,
game.
dude. Come
They
on.
haven't released a
The highest
Tetris
you can
game
go is
for
40.
anywhere
No,
near
there's
Sorry.
price, but
It's alright.
No.
they can't be that stupid.
A lot of
I just think that last year's
Outbreak
reveals were much
tags.
better, I'm sorry.
Well, they were still, I mean, we were in the early period where people had already been developing games, sitting on them for a while.
Developing period.
And you've got your, I don't know.
Did AWOL go?
No, we still got AWOL and
I'm
Gamertag.
gonna let Gamertag go first. Gamertag. Tetris.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
What do you think about Tetris?
I can't wait. I think it's going to be brilliant.
High five for that.
Why was that?
I reckon that's worth it.
Hit your triangle to stop pointing your finger.
Sorry. Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
start? Oh, wow.
There you go. Yeah, I just think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think it's going to be awesome. And it's from
Thumbs up,
the
thumbs
people who
up.
made Lumines. It's going to be cool.
Cool.
I will.
Awesome.
Well excited.
All right, we're back here.
I feel that 90% of the VR games in my library are piles of shit, and I think Tetris is a game that I'm gonna fucking play often. So I'm happy
right.
about it.
Well, there you go.
I put it above almost every VR game I own, and I own, like you guys, damn near all of them. So it's gonna be fun. It'll be right there with my Beat Saber, and soon hopefully that 0 Hour game. That'll be the other game I'm playing a lot. But yeah, I'll be playing the fuck out of some Tetris. I'm excited.
I do apologise. Have we just covered one game so far?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes,
sir.
Yeah, that's where
Cool.
we're at, Chris.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we covered one game.
Cool.
Well,
We're going through each
Yeah.
reveal game and what we're thinking about
Definitely.
each one.
How many
So,
is it?
I'd
13
definitely
games?
play it. I'm
No,
not-
Are we going to talk about E3
There's
as a
quite a
whole?
few games.
We
Yeah,
will
let's
once
talk
we've
about
gone
all
through all the
of
games
these.
and our thoughts on it.
I just wanted to know. Okay, okay. We all have our
There's like
piece to say about
73
E3 as a
new
whole.
models I found. Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is, or the next game that was revealed was Ghost Giant. I like the look of this game. Again, I don't think it's going to sell any headsets, but I liked Moss. And this kind of reminds me of Moss, but maybe with a little bit more interactivity. Although, from what I can tell, you don't actually control the little dude that runs around. You just literally control the world around him, which is a little bit different from Moss. But again, if they price that game correctly, I think it's a nice little game, and the team behind it. Is it Zoink Games? They're a pretty good developer, so I'm positive about that one. I think that's a nice mid-tier title. That's the sort of game I would have expected to be revealed in between. So if you're revealing 3 PSVR games, one of them that would be revealed, I would kind of expect to be something like Ghost
Just
Giant.
have to talk to my subscribers.
So again, I don't think it's going to be this uber amazing game. I might be wrong. I didn't think Moss was going to be as good as it was. I just thought it was going to be a very good game, and I thought that was amazing.
Make it easier.
What on earth's going
I'm
on?
so sorry.
Sorry, Nat.
Surf's
Sorry, Nat.
shouting in the corner. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, he's trying to get his mate fixed.
No, his subscribers are acting a fool. He said,
Okay.
for Ghost Giant, man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like see when that one comes out because it was kind of like Moss for me, where I wasn't like too excited about just a mouse and puzzles and shit. But
Oh
I,
my God.
I ended up liking the game more than I thought. So we'll see when that one comes out. I'm curious about it, to say the least.
Cool.
I'm
I
good.
like the look of it. I haven't actually watched that much about Ghost Giant, to be totally honest. Some of the other games that came out sort of overshadowed
Yeah, they didn't show
from my
that much,
side.
to be honest.
I mean, I get the basic concept and I like the art style, but I don't really know what to say beyond that. I have no real expectation or anything one way or the other. I'm sure it'll be solid, decent. See.
Sorry.
Cool. Preacher?
I'm kind of similar. I'm kind of similar because I looked at the footage and it looked quite nice. It looked quite cool, but I don't know. It didn't sell me. Like Moss was like an instant like, ooh, wow, I want to play that. That looks really cool. Whereas this, the character basically annoyed and pissed me off within the first 30 seconds of the trailer. It was just the most annoying little shit I've ever seen. And I was like, I don't know if I can put up with that if it's like that all the way through. If it's just like that at the beginning when it's like, oh my god, there's a big giant. Okay, I can put up with it, but it depends on how annoying that character is throughout the whole game. But I don't know. I need to see more. I need to see more before I can make any decisions on that one. That's me done.
Fair enough. No, that's fine.
Yeah, same. I think it looks graphically really good, but I personally don't know that much about it, to be honest. It was one of those games, I saw it, I watched the trailer, I thought, yeah, I'll check it out later on, but at the time, I actually, to be honest, it wasn't on my radar, to be honest. It's just one of those games, you know what I mean? It looked fine. Moss, I thought, looked excellent. Straight away, little geezer, got shield, sword, going on an adventure. I like the look of that straight away, but this game, I don't know. I'll wait and see. Who's barking?
Sorry, that's my dog.
Is that Seraphim?
I'm sorry, that's my dog. I'm
That sounds
sorry.
like Preacher's house. That's like Preacher's house.
My cat's doing
I'm sorry.
Go for it, Polish.
I like this game. I like the look.
This is a diverse.
I like them types of games.
I was like, damn, that's pretty...
I'm sorry, Paul. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, Paul's trying to talk.
Yeah, come on.
Right, yeah, I like this game. I like the COVID. I like third-person games in VR, so it's something I'm definitely looking forward to, and I want to see more of it.
Right. Okay.
But that's it for me.
Jason, over there.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I liked Moss. I love the demo of Moss. I didn't actually play the game, and I know it's a shame on me for not doing that because
Oh
everybody
yeah, we're
loved
gonna
it.
shame you out of the room right now.
Yeah, we are going to shame each other.
Chick him. You have a YouTube channel. How did you get in here, man?
I don't even know how I got in. Seriously.
I got to stick with it. Sorry, man. Nat invited me, but like I said, it's an honor to be here anyways with you guys because, like I said, I'm just a fan. I'm not here for anything. I'm just here to support all you guys.
That's great, dude. Thanks a lot, man.
Jason is amazing. For people out there.
You get 2 thumbs up, dude.
Because I know a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
Nice to have you, man.
Thanks.
Maybe each time we'll have a different, like
like I
a
said-
special fan guest or something, So.
Like I said, Lewis, I know I'm sorry. Like I said, I wanted to interject positivity last week. That was my only goal. And sorry for doing it the way I did.
Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Jerk, dude.
It's Shughead's turn.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I don't think we've seen gameplay footage of it, to be honest. Unless they had that playing on the show floor, it almost
it's
looked a
the
little
trailer,
bit too slick.
right?
What is happening?
He's very excited.
Just came in his pants or something? Anyway.
That's what we originally intended to do, but we're not standing in the center, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I think this audio's okay.
Oh,
Good.
We're good?
I'm
All right,
trying to
so-
lean into it so you can hear everybody.
I was just saying that I don't know if we saw final gameplay footage on that or even gameplay footage at all. It looks cool. I can't help. I saw a meme thrown up there about this being PSVR's millennial mascot, and you can't help but think that it's like you've got Moss, which is like got a sword and she takes care of business and she's independent, and then or not Moss but Quill, and then all of a sudden you've got this whatever they're calling it, and it's crying all the time and it needs your help and it's scared of everything. I don't know. We'll see.
Buy me a house.
We will see.
I love that.
She's a survivor. All right, I'm gonna stop.
It's VR Grid.
Yeah,
Pull
VR
that hat
Grid.
off your head.
VR Grid.
Yeah, I'm
let's
saying.
see your thoughts.
You don't like
Like,
that
I
face style?
love Moss. Moss is still so far my game of the year, and this looks like a weaker version of Moss. The environment, like I said, we didn't see much of it, but the environments look like you interact with more stuff than just those specific points in Moss. But like I said, the lead
it's a different game.
yeah, the lead character is like definitely a little bit whiny. So just because of that, it looks like it might be geared a little more towards a younger audience, which kind of
Yeah.
worries me. And also, like, so we didn't see
I
like,
play
an hour or two. Well, I mean, I play everything, and I mean, I don't think it's gonna be bad. It looks solid. It looks well polished. It looks good. I just don't know if it's quite the direction I would like to go with those platformer type games. But
Excuse me, sorry.
it should be
Cool.
okay.
No, I should be muting myself when I do that. Seraphim, what do you think of Ghost Giant?
I really like Moss. You know what? Moss is getting an update very soon.
Yep.
Some
Nice
new
guys
graphic
update.
enhancements for the Pro and stuff. I did.
Yeah, it already came
Yeah,
out
it
on the
already
release.
got it.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Awesome now.
Yeah, it only got it 2 days
I want to
ago.
get back into that
12th.
for sure.
The
I
12th.
think that would be nice.
Yeah, it was a great game actually to finish.
I know
Like,
about
she
the
is a
other
little
one, though.
badass.
I really don't know until I play it, to be honest. It doesn't look. It just looks good. Looks good.
I think the name.
More
What's the
like as well, I think.
what's the name of the main character of Ghost Giant? Is it Lewis?
that our
Was
name?
it Lewis?
Lewis, you see what? Yeah, it is. But it's
It's Lewis, right? Right.
This is
Okay,
why
it's
I
fine.
said we need a muzzle for you, by the way.
Hey, I asked a question. I didn't have an opinion.
I've got a comment from somebody in my stream who thinks that the character actually looks pretty good.
Really? I was snatch that beard off his face one of these days.
What about you,
You
AWOL?
can hear me anyway.
Let's
Me,
do A1.
I saw that trailer and couldn't give twos. I give no fucks about it. I think that stupid ass character's a pussy. But if it's fun, if it's fun, then I will. When I play it, but right now it looks like a.
How did you guys
pussy
feel about
fucking
Along
character.
Together? Because I feel like the kid wasn't a badass in that, and you're just like, man, what a little bitch of a little character. Jeez, what a little bitch. And I'm like, that's like, the kid in Along Together is totally helpless, and they start the game crying under a tree.
Along Together, right?
Yeah, I like
that's a
Along
good
Together.
point, okay.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
last
so-
level was hard.
Just because they showed a little bit of a crying cat.
I gotta
doesn't
finish
mean-
that game too. I like the puzzles in that game.
Come on.
We're
Let him have his say.
we're not talking about long together.
Someone want to
No,
kick
I
that
mean,
guy?
that was my first
doing
impression of that game. It could be fun.
That was Dave's fault.
It could be totally a blast. I'm hoping the game mechanics, and I start to care about the character because everybody keeps comparing it to Moss. If I care about this little
Hello.
pussy, then it'll be fun. I mean, I'm not hating on it.
True.
That was my impression on it. I might fall in love with the little bastard and recommend it to everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll
Just
see.
to add one more thing, it is actually going to be a puzzle game. So when you mentioned Along Together, I think Dave's touched something there. I think he's right. Those characters were crying, but the game was brilliant. It's a brilliant game.
Crying feels good.
That's what I'm saying. If the game works and it's fun, then. But when you look at it, it's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, if I didn't have to buy it for my channel, I would totally wait on you fuckers to tell me some shit. As a gamer, that's where I feel.
Oh, dude.
You know,
That's what we're good for, I guess.
Okay, right. So,
that's our job.
So we're good. We're just about to move on to Beat Saber, but since you guys wanted me to be a moderator, I'm going to bring up 2 quick points. First of all, if you want to say a game's shit and you really don't like the look of it, say it, because I'm about to say it. Trust me. Secondly, Seraphim, I've noticed when he's talking, if any of us start talking, his voice starts breaking up. It's like the stream takes a bit of away from Seraphim. So all I'd ask is, while Seraphim's talking, please no one talk. Let him say his piece, because I say he's got the worst internet out of all of us, and I really want to hear what he's got to say. So,
Solid, bro.
I'd
Yeah.
say,
Yep,
let's just,
fair dues.
just two
Sorry,
points
Seraphim.
there.
Agree.
So,
Sorry.
I think Paul too, to be honest, right? No, they got the same internet.
Possibly.
Yeah,
he's
I
coming
use internet as well.
share all
Yeah.
the time.
We're sharing.
right, okay,
Aren't Poland and Australia like right next to each other anyways, right?
I'm pretty sure their internet is the same wire going from
It's a
Poland
wire,
to
yeah,
Australia.
it's one wire. They're sharing a 14.4 modem.
So let's get on with the
What's
next.
next?
So the next one is Beat Saber, and like I say, I'm gonna say what I said just a second ago. I don't give a shit. I couldn't give 2 fucks about Beat Saber. I
Oh, wow,
really
no.
don't
Oh, you
care
hurt my
about this
ears.
game.
Nah,
Louis,
we're about to come down way different on this shit, man.
Lewis,
I do not care.
hold him back. Hold him back.
I do not care about that game. Now, hold on a second. I'm not disputing that the game is a very good game. But it's a rhythm game. I hate rhythm games. Can't stand goddamn rhythm games.
Get with the show,
You are
Graham,
so
bro.
biased.
So I don't care about Beat Saber.
You need to listen to
So
some
when
jazz.
Beat Saber came out, I was
I didn't
just
give a
like,
fuck about Moss.
there was two things I was thinking.
Guys,
Hold
let
on.
him talk.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, lads, come on.
When they announced Beat Saber and I was doing my live stream, it was I was just like, no, I know a lot of people are going to be happy about it, but you know what? Fuck this game. I wanted Firewall. That's the game. You know, if you're going to show 3 games prior to E3, you know, because I was a bit concerned that we weren't going to get games in the show, which happened to be true. And it's like, I want Firewall. Give me a shooter. Give me one shooter. Hell, if they'd have put out Megalith or if they'd have put out Evasion as the third game, I'd have been more than happy. But, yeah, when it came out that it was Beat Saber, it was like, couldn't give a two shits about this. Ain't buying the game. Don't care about it. Fine for the people that do want it. I don't care. And trust me, from my comment section, it is literally a 50% split. 50% people agree with me, don't give a flying fuck about the game. 50% are like, you are a fucking stupid bastard. That game is great. And if you're PSVR Frank, you're going, this goddamn game's going to sell PSVR headsets. It's like, in what fucking universe is that going to sell PSVR headsets? As part of a portfolio, it does. The game by itself, no.
So many
That is my
counterpoints. I gotta
point
keep my
on
mouth
it.
shut.
Right.
Gotta keep my
Hold
fucking
it.
mouth shut.
Hold on. You
Hold
guys
it.
got your say to have, and now it's
Calm
Lewis,
it down.
and you tell me
Go,
another
Lewis.
arsehole. Go on, Lewis.
No,
Tell
I'm
me
not
an
gonna.
arsehole.
You're not. I'm not gonna tell you anything. I am super excited for Beat Saber. I cannot wait for that game. I have so many people that I know that don't even play VR. They see a clip on Facebook or something like, "Do you have that game? I need to play that game." I cannot wait for this game. I love music so much. The every clip I watch, everything I see about that game is just getting me more and more excited. I can't watch enough of it. I can't wait to actually play it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I have
man.
loved rhythm games forever. So I'm coming
Yes,
from
sir.
a way different place. Like, I was in middle school, I was in the fucking arcade getting my Dance Dance Revolution on, like, every fucking weekend. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I am really excited about this. And the thing to me is that it immediately became the highest rated game on Steam. Like, as soon as it came out. Everybody was like, this is just incredible. And beyond that, you've also got all those YouTube videos, like Lewis mentioned, with millions of views, where they're in the Live Cube or whatever, the LIV Cube, and you can see them in the game. When somebody doesn't know that much about VR and they see Beat Saber in that fucking format, they're like, whoa, holy shit, this looks incredible. I'm a Jedi, and I'm such a badass, and the beats are coming, and I'm just slicing them, and it just looks so impressive. And I feel like it, you know, honestly, you're giving Frank shit for saying it's a system seller. I don't think it's not. I mean, like, if I didn't have one and I had a PS4 and I saw that shit, I'd be like, it's about VR time. Like, I got to get my PSVR on. So, I don't know. I'm really excited to see that. I'm really excited.
Preacher. High five. dude.
I have how do I got a couple of points, right? The first one is when I first saw the trailer for Beat Saber, I was like, holy fucking shit, that looks awesome. That looks absolutely just like the best thing ever. I could not wait to play it. And I still can't wait to play it because we don't have it yet. But I just cannot wait to play it. It looks amazing. It really does. Every video I've watched, I've got mates at work that have got Vives, and they've been playing it, and they've been telling me how awesome it is and making me super jealous. However, skip over a point here. I do kind of agree a little bit with Nat that I don't know if it's a full-on system seller for me. Like, if I was to guess, I would say no. But I do have friends that I've shown it to, and they've instantly went, oh my god, that looks amazing. So it does have that effect of like, oh my god, it's amazing. And that might just be enough to get people to put the money down and purchase the game based on it. But I would also say that he's also right that I would rather have seen Firewall on, maybe not in place of Beat Saber, but in place of the Millennial Mouse thing, you know, the Ghost Giant. Let's replace that with Beat Saber, and let's get Firewall in. That's what I would say.
I don't mean to interrupt, but, like, aren't we talking about E3 in general? Because, like, so they covered a lot of Firewall. If you watch, there's, like, a whole 30-minute in-depth thing about Firewall. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, why do they need to reveal games that have already been revealed in the lead up to it? We didn't know
Beat
for
Saber
sure Beat
was
Saber
revealed.
was...
We knew
No,
Beat Saber.
they
Beat
hadn't
Saber
already said...
was-
They hadn't said already for
Beat
sure that
Saber
it was
has been
coming.
confirmed.
Maybe the devs said it, but Sony didn't
developer
shout it
turned-
from the fucking
Yeah,
rooftops
no, the
like
developer
that.
had come out and said it's coming to PlayStation VR.
Okay,
They
maybe
had
if
all
they
that.
said it on their
Yeah.
Twitter, that's one thing. But like,
I
if
don't
you
think it
put
was well
into a big
communicated, though,
trailer-
that it was coming
Yeah,
out.
that's
It
what I'm
wasn't.
saying.
It
That was a
was-
reveal. It was a reveal. Whereas we knew all about Firewall, we knew it was coming, and we learned a ton about it. So I feel like it would have been a waste to put it at the beginning because it's like we're something we already know about. We're going to get more info later. Anyways, I'm done.
No,
Sorry,
but
keep going.
yeah, but it's not the case. It's not just a case of putting it at the beginning. Putting it at the beginning just gets it into more people's eyes, like more people seeing it straight off the bat instead of having to like find the video later on. That's all, in my opinion.
Oh, I think if it's an E3 thing and you put it before E3, less people see it than the people who are interested in seeing E3 coverage. But that's debatable. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on. Go on.
Yeah, man. Lightsabers, music, love it. I do think it will sell systems because I remember people getting Guitar Hero, putting out a lot of money to get the guitar as well. I can't see. I think people will buy a system. I'm not saying loads of people, but I do think it is a system attracting game. I do. So, yeah. Over to you, Polish.
Right, so I'm the biggest fan of rhythmic game, but when I play one, I like it too good. And on PSVR, I play that, what was this game? Audio Beats? And that was shit, yeah.
And
that
Happy
was-
Drummer, and that polished
Yeah, and Happy Drummer, and that was bullshit as well.
Audio beats, so.
So,
Agreed,
and
I
Beat
agree.
Saber looks like proper, you
And
know,
Run,
it looks
Dorothy,
like a
Run.
Guitar Hero in VR, I would
Dorothy
say, you
Run
know,
is
with
some
sabers.
nonsense.
So I will play it, yeah.
Or Jason?
Oh,
Jason.
all right. Yeah, I'm excited for Beat Saber. I like anything exercise or anything Star Wars related at that. So I think alone with that, even for people that weren't interested
Yeah,
in
yeah.
VR, are going to be interested in VR, like all you guys are saying there too as well. Like
Just
I
to
have
add
a
to
lot
that-
of friends that don't have it, and they ask just for that. When's that coming out? Because that's when I'll
Yeah,
probably end up
exactly.
buying a headset. So it's a good valid point from all you guys.
That's another thing as well. It's not just a rhythm game. People will see it as an exercise game. So
And a Jedi game, too. I'm a
I
fucking
see
yeah,
the guy I
lightsaber
watch
guy.
on YouTube sweats constantly.
Shug?
Maybe that's just a him problem. I don't know.
It is.
Mark my words. This is a system seller, and I'll tell you why. Let me just say. Let's go back to my. Just to give you a bit of quick background. I'm a huge rock band whore. I mean, I still have rock band nights with friends.
He's like a groupie. You're like a groupie.
I've got
Does that
like
make you a
I've
groupie?
got like 500 downloadable songs. I got the pro drum kit. I got a mic stand. I even got fake tattoos I put on for my rock band nights. But what I'm saying is like that
He's
rock
giggling.
band set was like $400 or $500 in Canada, and people bought that shit like crazy for the whole kit. So, you know, they spent $400 on plastic instruments. This might actually be the gateway drug that gets people to buy a $300 or $400 PSVR system. Because the other thing is, and this is my other point, is that I know for me, one of the things I like almost more than playing my VR is watching people play my VR and having friends and family and just throwing them in.
yeah.
And this game is like
Oh,
the
no, nobody
ultimate.
touches my headset.
This is except your mom.
No,
It's the ultimate party game. Ultimate party game.
This is the game. Like, put someone in there, play a song, get out, play it, and then
Ultimate
like
party game.
you guys,
Dude.
and then Star Wars. I mean, it's Star Wars in a rhythm game, and as long as they can get the so that
Are we
we can
gonna go-
add in songs, fuck yeah.
Yes, adding songs. I was just gonna ask. Yes, we can add songs.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Are you
Go
done,
ahead,
Chuck?
man. I'm
I
done.
was just going to say the same thing. Beat Saber, I think leading with Beat Saber would have been a really good idea because it was known but not widely known. It would have been a really good, big, like, this is coming to PSVR as opposed to Tetris, which I think is still good and should be in there. But Beat Saber would have been a good first start. The problem with Beat Saber is the track list. And that's exactly what it says. Right now, to import tracks on Steam, it uses a third-party system. It's not actually built by the Beat Saber guys. And so that's why you're seeing these 150 or 1,500 different tracks have been made.
Yeah,
well, that's
Eminem
not
and
actually
stuff,
Beat
yeah.
Saber's thing. That's a separate program. So I don't know where they're going to fall on that. And if you can't import your own songs, then it's going to need a big library. And then we start talking about licensing and how much it's going to cost. I do think
Isn't
this
a
is
lot
going
of
to
it
sell systems.
original music? Don't they get original music for a lot of the stuff? Not licensed.
I actually
stuff?
don't know a ton about Beat Saber.
Yeah, they
I'll
do.
have
I
to-
think they do. I think it's original
They do.
music, so licensing
Yeah,
is
it's a
not as
dude.
big of an
I follow
issue.
him on YouTube. He makes music for them and some good
Yeah.
tracks.
Well,
Also,
also,
there's a
we gotta
lot
remember
of there
they're
is a lot of unlicensed licensed stuff. Like Rock Band on PC used to have it, so people would they would map their own
that'd be
tabs
awesome.
and then throw it in there, right?
It's
So people are
still in
doing
early
that.
access on PC, right? So like
Yeah.
we can't really say what the features are going to be like on PSVR because it's not even done on PC yet. So
That's
I don't
true.
know.
And
Yeah.
What do you think? It have like a Sing store to go with it? I can't see that, but it'd be cool if it did.
And yeah, just to end my little thing, I do think I was actually when they announced it, I was on the fence about whether it be a system seller. I'm not a rhythm game guy myself. I don't hate them by any stretch, but they don't really hold my interest very long. One, because I'm not very good at them, and two, because I'm not very good at them. But this like everybody I know, everyone I like. If you have Facebook, you saw Beat Saber, and if you saw Beat Saber, you were impressed by Beat Saber. I've met one person people who've never even played VR, who are just like, that game looks amazing. Like people, I'm like,
Same.
I laugh and like, have you played that Beat Saber game? I'm like, who are you? You're my aunt. Like you don't even watch television. How do you know about this game? Everybody knows about Beat Saber, and everybody is impressed by Beat Saber. So I think it is going to sell systems.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, because where can I play this? Well, it's probably going to be
Everyone is asking me. It's like, when can I play that game? Does it come out
Yeah.
yet? Did it come out yet? Did it come out yet?
I know everyone's going to be around my house as soon as it comes out. Definitely.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, I'll come around. Right,
Yeah,
so
you're welcome.
Find out.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It'll be good for our health.
Definitely for your health. He's been taking bong rips over there the whole time. That's what's going on.
guys.
Yeah, Tetra also, I think, wouldn't be a system seller just to add I was just thinking logically, like, I wouldn't pay $900 just to play Tetris, but I would pay that much to play Beat Saber because I'm an idiot.
cool,
I'd love to play that.
cool.
And Ace Combat 7, let's talk about that. No, next time.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know where it is.
All right, well,
I got over 20 hours into Beat Saber on my Rift,
Yes, sir.
and like Shughead, I was a junkie for Guitar Hero, bought all the rock bands. I actually play real music, and the cool thing about these games that are good rhythm games, like this game is, Beat Saber, I can sit there with someone with no musical talent and have a blast with them, and actually they can win, even though they can't actually play shit. And it transfers that into VR in a way where I come home from work and play it to relax. It handles great. It feels so good to hit these notes. Like, you actually feel like you're doing something. You're making the music just like a rock band game. And for people that like that, and there was a huge, huge following for this plastic fucking instruments, people can totally now buy a PSVR for $250 and freaking they're in, and they can buy those things. That community's still there, even though Harmonix got out of it. This is a stellar game. It's one of the best VR games I've ever played. I love it. Your wife will love it. Your kids will love it. Your grandmother can even play it, man. It's fucking fun. It's a blast. And when you guys get your hands on it, you will agree, whether you hate on it or not. Nat might not, because he hates fucking moving for shit. But you guys are going to like it. You guys are going to like it. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Hey, well, wins.
so the bottom line here then is that if this
Stand up,
doesn't
Dave,
sell
then do it.
systems, Nat can rub it in
can never get back
all
in
of
my
our
seat.
faces. Is basically how that boils down.
I'm not saying it's gonna sell systems. It's gonna sell a few. I guarantee it. If I wasn't somebody into VR, and this came out and I got my hands, I got to try it. That's the key. If somebody gets to try this that likes those games, they will go out and buy a PSVR if they own a PS4. They're gonna love it. They're gonna like it that much, and go, holy shit, I could play this cool shit again. And that's not everyone. I know everybody doesn't agree with that, but I mean, that's rhythm games, man. People love that shit. And this game has it.
Music,
It has
baby, music.
It does. It ticks all the boxes. It's fun. Oh my god, I love it.
Everywhere you
love
go,
it.
you see people with headphones on, listening to music, man. It's all people
that?
love music.
I just want to bring up one point before we move on. That VR Grid just quickly said, where he said, "Oh, now rub it in everybody's faces." Trust me, I love to be proven wrong. When Frank came out and said Fallout 4 was coming to PlayStation VR because he saw it in a little brochure, and I came out and said, "No, can't happen, not going to happen. It doesn't make any sense." Everyone gave me a load of shit, load of hate. I just went
I believe you. I believe
a
you.
viewpoint of logic rather than want. And it's virtually been proven right. But
I'll take
I
it
would
off.
have loved for me to be proven wrong. That
Yeah.
everybody would have turned around and said, "Ha ha, we told you Fallout 4 is a great game and it's come to PlayStation VR." Because you know what? It would have meant I got Fallout 4 and I would have been more than happy. If
Everyone
Saber
benefits.
explodes and it does sell PlayStation VR headsets, I will be so glad to be proven wrong. The reason I don't think it does sell system headsets, and I completely understand what Shuckhead and I completely understand what I was saying about Guitar Hero and Rock Band, that they were insane. People were spending hundreds of dollars on the music. There's two things about those games. One, those games are dead. No one wants to play them. The companies have tried. Activision tried to redo it. If you actually look at Guitar Hero Live was a better financial proposition than Guitar Hero had ever been in the past. Guitar Hero Live did not sell, neither did Rock Band. And the second thing is the music library. That is the concern, because I can't remember who said it, that the music library can be imported into Beat Saber on PC. Yeah. What is going to be the music library that's going to be coming to PlayStation VR? Because there is no way in God's green earth that Sony are going to allow that.
That concerns me.
Wait, hold on.
That really concerns me.
Wait a sec. I don't think that's true because you can import your own songs in Harmonix Music, and that was a launch title. And that moves to the music, analyzes your music. And also, what's
Even
that Disco Starship Disco?
Yep.
You can import
That
your
did
own
too.
songs. I don't think there's any reason Sony would block
No,
that.
but this is an indie. The indies are not going to have Sony behind them.
They're all
Harmonix
indies.
was a bit.
Are you saying
Harmonix
Starship
was a big
Disco's not an
company.
indie?
One guy.
Starship Disco got shat out of some dude's dorm room,
what the songs
probably.
but is Beat Saber going to... Would Beat Saber allow me to bring in, Paranoid by Black Sabbath into the library and play it?
But what I'm
I
saying
don't
is,
think it will.
if you're not trying
They're
to
not
stream it,
Indian
why the hell
before.
not, man? Like, what's the reason? If I can do that in Harmonix
Licensing.
Music, if
But
I
I
can do
hope
that in
it does.
Harmonix Music,
Well, there is
what's
one
the
thing.
difference?
There is one thing though.
What's the difference?
There is
I
one
want that to
thing.
happen.
The where the issue might lie with what Nat's talking about though is that one of the big things on the PC version is that people import the songs and they share them. It's the sharing that I don't think Sony would like, because if you don't own the song yourself in order to import it, then that could be a
just
legal
throw it
issue.
on an MP3 stick, man. Throw it on
Well,
an MP3 stick.
yeah,
and
but
get
then
rid
you've
of
got
it.
but then you've got to do the work yourself, and nobody likes doing work themselves. They would rather just go to a thing, download it, and put it straight on the thing, which is what they can do on the PC. But you can't do that on the. Well, you probably won't be able to do that on the PSVR version because of licensing issues. Because you'd be stealing music essentially.
One thing.
It'd be a waste. It'd be a waste if they don't let you
hold on,
import
hold on.
music.
I think I get what Preach is saying, because it happens the same way in the PC. The guys build the level, and I download it. Like, it doesn't just magically happen. Somebody actually has to build it. So
I
you
didn't
have
know
to
that.
download it.
I didn't know
you
that.
have to download it through Sony,
Then-
like something that Preacher did, so he could share it with you, which would technically, well, not technically, it's flat out fucking illegal.
Well, shit. Okay, so my take on that, I didn't realize it didn't auto-create a track based on the beats or something.
no,
So if
no,
that's
no.
how
That's
it
what I
works,
was gonna
then
say.
there is no way they will let you. Absolutely no way.
No.
Yeah, so that's off the table for. Yeah,
Right.
never
That's
mind.
the problem. That is,
Yeah.
If you put it on
guys
an
right with
MP3
that.
stick and it analyzes it, that's a different thing. And if they come up with a way to do that for PSVR, that would be
Well,
great.
and like you
But
said,
we'll
Dave,
see.
it's still in early access, so
Yeah,
they
it's
might
early
be
access.
working on that themselves. And when they've released the full game, it might have the create your own custom track algorithm, and then it's a non-issue. But as of right now,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
exists.
Yeah, because
Can I
it's,
just jump in
still,
here quickly?
it's still early access on PC,
Yeah,
man. If I
go
go
on,
to
go
my
on, just
Oculus,
say.
it still says early. They're still
Yeah.
adding
Shout!
things.
Just shout!
So
I think
Someone wants to say something.
Shed is talking.
Right, Shug?
One thing quickly.
Shout,
I was
Shug.
going to say, if I'm this developer, I'm looking at Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and I'm looking at that as a profit
Beat
model
Saber.
going, yeah, I'm looking at Beat Saber, and I'm going, okay, for console users, we're going to license tracks, and we're going to release them as DLC. That's
Yeah.
how you do it, and you sell
Like
it.
SingStar.
Because
Exactly
they'd
like
be stupid not
SingStar.
to.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but then you
every
hurt the
month throw out a
sales
pack of 4, and then they
Yeah, yeah.
continue
Why? Why would you
sales
hurt the
models.
sales?
because
It's
the
crazy
re-
that PC's
but
not
if-
doing that yet.
If you think about it, the
Honestly,
reason why it's
yeah.
blown up on PC is because everybody's getting all these songs for free. As soon as you say you want
Yeah, but-
£5 for 4 songs, £10 for 20 songs, then suddenly the
How big
PSVR
was
user's got to pay
SingStar?
hundreds.
It's still gonna blow up.
So, how big was
People
SingStar?
people are like attaching their move controllers to make a staff and shit.
Anyway, it's 10 to 11. Should we move on?
Beat
Should we move
Saber
on?
may not sell
Should we move
headsets,
on?
but I guarantee you this, it's going to sell like fucking hotcakes.
Look at Foley.
It's going to
I
sell.
know I'm not banned, by the way, so...
Nat's turn,
Let's
Nat's
move on to
turn.
the game.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
game.
I've got to go on. Right, now I'm going to put the Bethesda games all in one foul swoop here.
Yes,
because
Wolfenstein. I can't come.
Polish,
Use
what
your
are
turn
you doing?
buttons. Use your
Hey,
turn
Paul.
buttons, Polish Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Just turn around, man.
Learn how to
Literally,
turn.
right, so
Oh,
Bethesda
I'm
unveiled
sorry.
3
Guys,
VR
guys,
games.
guys.
Right, so
I'm sorry, I can't hear that.
can't you?
I can hear you now. No.
Okay, Bethesda unveiled 3 VR games. Only one of them has been confirmed to be coming to PlayStation VR. So the first thing that they unveiled was the Prey DLC, which why they wouldn't bring that to PlayStation VR, I have no idea, because Prey obviously came to PS4. But I cannot get an answer. I cannot find it anywhere saying that thing is coming to PlayStation VR. I've even tweeted to the developer saying, for the love of God, please tell me if it's coming to PlayStation VR. We've got Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and initially when I heard it, I was like, well, I want a Wolfenstein game, just like I wanted a Doom game last year. The Cyberpilot part of it did concern me, and then when I saw the trailer, I was just like, oh shit, what a load of crap, this is going to be a boring as hell, and I know Paul's going to disagree with me, and that's fine. But I was just like, I do not want to hack a Panzerhound and run around as a robot doggy setting Nazis on fire. I want to walk around as BJ Blazkowicz or his daughters from this new upcoming expansion that they're going to do, with guns in my hands, literally blowing the living shit out of the Nazis. That's what I want to do.
You've never been a robot dog running around. It might be brilliant. I don't want to put it down before I've done it.
If it was a game where the usual game was you're a robot dog going around doing stuff, that's fine. Just don't put the Wolfenstein name on it. If it's Wolfenstein, just like Doom last year, it's got to be first-person shooters.
It's Doggenstein.
No, you can play as different machines as well, and there is some shooting, like first-person shooting as well. It's not only being in that dog. Somebody, I think VR Focus had hands on it.
Still ain't what
But
I wanted,
anyway.
mate. And the last one was obviously Elder Scrolls Blades, which actually for me is the most concerning. I can let Prey go if
I
you will.
was saying Wolfenstein would be awesome.
That's talking.
Elder Scrolls Blades, when he was actually going through, it's coming to this, it's coming to this, it's coming to mobile VR, and then he said, and it's coming to high-end VR, and then there was a pause of about 3 seconds, and then he quickly said PC. I do not think this is coming to PlayStation VR. If that is actually true, that is absolutely disgusting on Bethesda's part. And if the problem is with Sony, Bethesda needs to say, we wanted to bring it to PlayStation VR, we couldn't do because of Sony. But if it's Bethesda's decision, if they're bringing it on every goddamn VR headset, and they do not bring it on PlayStation VR, that is literally a slap in the face of all of us that brought Skyrim or all of us that brought Doom VFR, because we supported them, and they ain't supporting us back this year. So that's my thoughts on that. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts on the Bethesda game.
What we talking about Bethesda? Like I said, the cell phone one, I'm kind of like whatever. If it comes to PSVR, cool. If it doesn't, whatever.
What?
Blades. Yeah, Blades. The Wolfenstein, I agree with Nat. I can give a shit about robot dogs and whatever. I want first person. I want a first person shooter, just like Wolfenstein. And the other one, what was the other one? Prey. So we know nothing about Prey, but we'll see. Hopefully that'll be a first-person shooter.
We know a little bit about Prey. It's not a first-person shooter.
What is it?
There's an escape room version, and then there's another one that I think is competitive, where somebody is like hiding, because in Prey there's like aliens hiding as desk chairs and shit like that. It's almost like a shooting hide and seek or something like that. I don't know.
The whole Bethesda thing was shit for me, so I can care less about what the hell Bethesda had to say this time.
Dave?
I'm excited about Wolfenstein. I like everything they've done with Wolfenstein recently, and I like everything they've done with Doom recently, and I can't see any reason why... I don't see any reason why Doom and Wolfenstein and fucking Skyrim and everything can't just keep coming out great. Because I really like Doom VFR. A lot of people gave it shit, but if you play with a DualShock 4, that is Doom in VR, man. That's pretty fucking solid. And so I think even if it's not a first-person shooter, I think they're going to come up with something interesting. And like the only things that we have on VR so far from Bethesda on PSVR are solid. You can't really say anything about, like Skyrim VR. That's our system seller right now. And like Doom VFR is in a bundle. It's in a bundle with everybody else. So like I'm looking forward to those for sure. I don't know what's going to end up here. I think Blades probably will. The one thing you were saying with Sony blocking stuff is maybe it won't be cross-platform, but it will still come. I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't show up here, because they've shown that they're willing to put Skyrim on this first, exclusive.
Yeah,
So
that
unless
is a big
Oculus
deal.
has some kind of exclusive where we can't get it for 6 months to counteract that, like, I think we're getting it for sure. As far as the Prey thing, I would assume the same, but I don't know, like, how that's going to pan out. But at least I'm looking forward to Wolfenstein. And it's going to be like 20 or 30 bucks, right? It's like 20 bucks on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
right.
pre-order it already, yeah. So, all right, that's my 2 cents. Preach.
As far as Blades goes, I didn't really give that much of a crap about it to even look at it or research about it. I just didn't care. Prey, I've never even played the actual 2D flat version of the game. I didn't look like my kind of thing, but from what I gather of the description, it sounds a bit like Gary's Mod's Prop Hunt, where you just look and find props and then they turn into aliens or something. I don't know if it's multiplayer or not. I don't know. It might be quite cool though.
I think
If
one
you
of the
could,
modes is
that would-
multiplayer.
Yeah, if you know, like if Seraphim was like a pot plant or something like that would be quite funny. But as far as the Wolfenstein goes, I was in the same camp as Nat. It was like I found that trailer, I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, it's a dog. That's not what I want. I want the gore right up in front of my face. I want to be blasting somebody right in the face to see his eyeball like fly out or something. That'd be so cool. But I'm not bothered about a dog or any hacking of robots. It sounds gimmicky. It sounds gimmicky to me. That's it for me.
Cool. 360, I thought it was fantastic. I played the demo of the new one, didn't particularly get on with it, so I'm not really particularly bothered about Blades. When it comes to Wolfenstein, yeah, I'm very excited. It's id Software, it's Bethesda. I know they're one now, and they do amazing games. I thought Doom VFR was absolutely fantastic, and I know it's in a robot dog. I've got to admit, I was a little bit disappointed. It wasn't a full first-person shooter, but I still think it is going to be incredible. It's going to be really violent, and it's going to look great and play great, and it doesn't look, and it isn't expensive. And so I'm down for that one. What about you, Polish?
Wolfenstein's not in,
Oh,
by the way.
yes.
It's Machine Games.
I cannot wait for Wolfenstein. I really cannot wait to see that word, Wolfenstein, in VR. That's I think I'm probably gonna buy it for. But I think even though you not play as BJ, but you still, in Doom VFR you didn't play as Doom guy, and it's still been great game. So I think, playing as the machines, hacking different machines, I'm sure they're gonna work out so good mechanics, what feels great. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. What was next? Blades. It's a free-to-play game, so it's probably lots of grinding and like microtransactions. So I don't know if I care that much about that one. And Play, I never played it, but I probably buy it for VR to play online a bit.
Cool. Jason?
Yeah, the Wolfenstein, I was hoping we would get something as a shooter there too as well. But I don't know, it could be interesting. And if we twist their arm enough, maybe they'll give us a little something extra. Maybe they'll do something for us, even if it's like an over-the-shoulder kind of one, or even like a little third person running around on there. I'm good with that too. But of course, we'd all love that first-person experience. But Prey, I really liked. I played Prey first on the PC, and it's interesting. I mean, it's just what they did with it, the graphics, the sounds. They did a lot of different trippy, twisted stuff in there. It's too much for me to remember right now, but I mean, I love that series, so I can see them doing something good for us in VR with this.
Cool.
I know it doesn't sound like that much, but I'm sure it'll be good. Jug.
I played the crap out of Prey actually, and Prey played like once you got past the first hour, it was like BioShock meets Half-Life 2, and it was fucking great.
Oh,
so if you guys
dude,
haven't
that
played
sounds
it,
incredible.
it was one of the first.
No idea.
It was one of the few flat screen games that blew my mind last year. So if they do something in VR and we get it, absolutely fuck yeah. When I heard that Blades was a mobile game, I pretty much checked out immediately. So I don't give a shit about that.
You guys
And
know
then
Along
as far
Together
as-
was a mobile game first.
Yeah, a lot of PSVR games are mobile games. Too many of
But
them.
when I think like Elder Scrolls and then I hear mobile game, I start thinking of like Fallout Shelter, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm
But,
getting tired of mobile ports now. We've got too many of them on PSVR. It's a
But,
premium
as far
headset
as-
giving premium games.
As far as Cyberpilot goes, I watched the trailer for Cyberpilot, and I mean, I don't care about running around a dog. I really wanted a Wolfenstein game because I played the shit out of those games, but Then they showed, at the very end of the trailer, they showed a mech coming out at the end. I was like, whoa, hey, wait, maybe. So I want to see more. I want to see gameplay footage, like real gameplay, before. But so right now I'm optimistic.
Cool.
And I still think we're getting the Fallout 3. I just think it's going to be announced at PAX or something. Anyway.
Yeah, I do
go
think
on,
there'll be more
Grid.
VR games at another game show, a more PlayStation orientated one.
It makes too much sense for them to not port out Fallout 3. And I don't mean to get off topic here, but Skyrim and Fallout 3 are the exact same engine, so it makes a lot of sense to bring that game over because people would kill for Fallout 3. But it might be a fall. It could be a fall push.
VR Grid?
Anyways.
Yeah, so Wolfenstein, I haven't played Wolfenstein since like the original one, like back in like the early 90s. So I'm not a fan of the franchise.
The new one's so good.
They are great games.
I know. It's on my list of things to play, but I play way more VR than not, so get off me.
Shut up.
Fair enough.
I feel like you need a hug over here.
Everybody get on him.
I forgot to unmute myself.
So Wolfenstein, I don't know. It looked kind of boring to me more than anything else. Obviously, like being a PSVR guy, I would love to experience these old non-VR games in VR. So getting Wolfenstein and then Cyberpilot kind of like took that away from me because I mean, we all got Doom. And we all didn't, Doom was still the essence of Doom, whereas this doesn't look like the essence of Wolfenstein. That's my biggest concern, I guess. I mean, I'm still like I'm not familiar with the franchise, so I'm hopefully it's going to be good. Prey, I thought Prey was multiplayer only in VR, so maybe I misheard that. But
there's
that
two
modes. Me at all.
Yeah, there's two modes. There's one that's an escape room, and then the one's multiplayer. So there should be both.
Okay, well then, I mean, I'm totally indifferent. Hopefully it's good. Whatever. Blades. I'm with Nat. If it doesn't go to PSVR, there'll be a bit of a shock. I think it will. Like I think Dave said or Lewis, it's the cross-platform thing, which is I think also is the reason why it didn't announce it for PSVR, because I'm sure Bethesda's probably still fighting with Sony about cross-platform, and Sony's like, no, because Bethesda specifically said this is cross-platform across every single VR or every single device. And
good point.
Yeah. I think the only way to get around that is to get all your friends to buy Xboxes.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
No.
But looking more in depth into Blades, I'm a huge Skyrim. I'm a huge like Elder Scrolls nerd. I'm Jack. Elder Scrolls 6 guys. But anyways, the Blades looks like they said it's a full Elder Scrolls experience. It's not. If you watch that trailer again and watch the, it's like a 4-minute trailer. It's a bare bones thing. It's one-on-one fighting. It's not what I want out of Elder Scrolls VR. And so I think even if it comes to PSVR, it's free to play. It's not going to feel like Skyrim. It's going to feel like a shallow version of Skyrim, and no one's going to care about it. That's what I think.
Cool. Seraphim?
So is Wolfenstein one where you have Dino and you shoot Nazis in the face?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You shoot Nazis in the face.
Shoot all the Nazis. Yeah.
Or not? We don't know.
Yep, Nazis.
Well, the actual game you do, but the VR one you won't. No.
You will be killing Nazis in every version.
I guarantee you'll be killing
but it's
Nazis.
not. It's not going to be a first person. It's not going to be a first person shooter.
It'll still have the feeling of Wolfenstein. There's going to be a lot of talk
Like
about killing Nazis.
You're like a robot
you'll be
dog
a
or something,
badass.
and you're hacking things.
What do you think,
No,
Seraphim?
you are hacking machines, so you can hack a dog, you can hack a mech, you can hack anything. And
That's it, Paul. Yeah, exactly.
That's the one. Yeah, Paul. That's it.
It'll be bloody and it'll be humorous. That's guaranteed.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great.
That 76 whatever it's called. What called again? My God.
Say it again.
The 76 whatever. Shock or not Shock.
Fallout.
Prey?
Hey.
Fallout
Prey?
76.
Yeah, no Fallout. Yeah, that one. I want that in VR.
I thought he said
Cool.
7 dicks. I was
Yeah,
like,
we all do.
Hey, he kept saying 7 dicks. Yeah, I don't know. If
Hey, Wall?
Over here.
What about you, AWOL?
VR.
Hey, Wall.
I didn't play flat screen Prey because I don't have time to play flat screen games. So if Prey's cool, Prey's cool. The freaking mobile bullshit can suck my dick for all I'm concerned right now until we see what happens. And if it doesn't come to PSVR, then it can totally suck a dick. And the only one that I'm on the fence about is the Wolfenstein thing because I love Wolfenstein. I've been playing that game since it came out when I was like 12 years old. And
My
when they
mom.
were showing this third person fucking take over stupid mechanical shit bull crap, I'm going, what the fuck are you doing? Where's my gun? Let me shoot shit. But I can see how it might be fun, but I'm going to tell you this, when I finally play it, I'm going to bitch about the fact that I don't just have... No, I'm serious. I'm going to bitch about finding some World War II fucking stupid-ass weapon, whatever the fuck they want to give me, to shoot Nazis in the face instead of breathing fire with my nasty breath because I drank all night and ate fucking tacos and didn't brush my teeth the next morning. It's stupid. It may be fun. It may be fun, but as a Wolfenstein
I'm grabbing
fan,
a drink, sorry.
as a huge Wolfenstein fan, right now, seeing that game, it can suck a dick. Until it proves me otherwise when I play it, it can suck my fucking dick.
It's going to have the same balls that every Wolfenstein games have. I feel like
it's gonna be a great game. Yeah.
It's not Wolfenstein. It's
you can't say that till you hear yourself as the main character and what's happening. Cash grab. Wait, hold on. Was Doom
a fucking robot dog?
Oh, sorry, Dave.
Breathing fire.
Sorry, Dave.
It's not a fucking Wolfenstein game. It's not.
I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to.
It's some ripoff. But it
I'm mad now.
I'm sorry. I've never played it before. I'm stupid. What can I say? You're older
you
than
never
me.
played it?
I should never leave the couch.
The new Wolfensteins are great. Well,
Seraphim,
second one isn't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Seraphim, play Wolfenstein. You can pick it up for $2. Get it somewhere.
Right.
And build it.
Yeah, man, first
build
blood.
the real version in Dreams, Seraphim, because I know you can do
Got
it.
it, mate. I will. I'll do that for you guys. I'll be more than happy to build stuff that we don't get. Anyone can help.
All right.
You know.
Now what's
So
next?
the next one,
Awesome,
so the next
dude.
game that we had that was announced at E3 was from Ubisoft. It was announced last year, Transference, but we got more of a look. I gotta admit, I like the look of this. I think VR hasn't tapped into the psychological as much as it could do. There's certain games that you play, or I've played. Resident Evil 7 has certain psychological elements, and they play really well, and there's other games as well. I think this has the possibility that you are invading other people's dreams and consciousness. That sounds really intriguing, that literally you could walk into anything and something really fucked up. So out of everything that was shown VR-wise at E3, or that was announced at E3, this was the one game where I was really intrigued, because it's like, okay, this could move the needle on VR. This could actually go somewhere completely different that I've never been before. And that's why I brought a VR headset. I wanted to go places that I've never been before. So for me, Transference was the VR game of E3, and I'm really looking forward to that, getting that in. So yeah, I was really excited for that. Lewis?
Yeah, I don't really remember much about Transference. I know that they showed it. I remember Elijah Wood coming out and stuff. But I guess it didn't impact me enough to be like, oh man, I can't wait for this game. So I don't know. I need to see more. To be honest, I really need to see more. I don't think I've seen enough. I need to see more. I don't get it.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Dave?
like this is one that I was actually really looking forward to seeing a lot of info about or footage from during the presentation, and I felt like I don't know anything more than I did already, which is just that it's psychological, it's creepy, you jump around in people's heads. A lot of it seems to be actual video footage. Like there's way too much in the coverage video of people, real people. Do you know what I mean? Like half every trailer is a real guy and not gameplay footage. So that's one thing that kind of, I don't know what the game is actually, but my assumption it's one of those ones where it's like you point, you teleport into a guy, there's some little puzzle.
No, VR support.
Psychonauts.
And you gotta go back on Psychonauts, yeah, something like that. Yeah, you were saying there's nothing like this, and I feel like, I don't know, it looks like it could end up like an Inpatient or something, which is trying to be like, I mean, obviously you're not jumping around between people's consciousness, but
Psychological Psychonauts.
the game shifts reality constantly anyways. So there's similar stuff out there, I feel like. But this could be good. I just feel like there's a chance it's going to peter out when we actually get it, because they haven't shown anything really substantial. And a lot of it is on the goodwill of Elijah Wood. And it's like, hey, we like Elijah Wood. He seems like he's a consistent out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh, I liked him in The Watchmen. I'm going to buy that game.
yeah.
I don't think so.
So I hope it's good. But at the same time, you know, you can have cool ideas for stuff to do in VR, but his Spectre Vision company is like a brand spanking new game development company, as far as I know. I don't think they've ever made anything else.
No.
And so Ubisoft obviously has, and they haven't released any stinkers on PSVR pretty much. Like everything Ubisoft does, even Eagle Flight nobody talks about, that's still a good game. Like they've made some good stuff.
Yes.
But I have to wait and see. I was more excited before than after because I feel like I just don't know anything extra. So yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
They've only they've only shown that one gameplay trailer where the dad's talking to the kid. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I don't remember seeing anything. Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything else because that's as much as I know about the game.
There's not much footage. Yeah.
It seems intriguing, and I do like this kind of thing. So I'd be quite, again, intrigued to see how it turns out. But there seems to be so much like you said, there seems to be a lot of footage of real people in the game, and it's like, how's that going to impact
the coverage leading up to it? Like there is the game. Yeah.
And if that is the game. Is that going to severely impact the replay value because there's just so many scenes that they've actually got? So I'm
are you going to be looking at 2D flat screen images too, or like how do they film it? Like I don't know what's going on. With that.
Is it a 360 camera? I mean, who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Video is never good though.
No, I'm with Lewis on this one. I'm intrigued enough to sort of go, I might give it a try, but I'm not overly sort of going, oh my god, yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, that's it.
I love the theme of it. I think it looks really good. I can't wait to play games like this. As far as I know, the movie part is like, I don't know if, was it, what was the game we played like? Was it Abduction? Or what was the one that came out recently?
Yeah, Abduction had that.
And
that
had
played that.
That had terrible real movie footage of people in it, and as far as I know, this
was
game
like projected though, right? It was projected in a okay, gotcha.
As far as I know, this game is gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna have real footage in the game, as we saw, and it's an escape room style game, which I love the idea of that personally, and it looks like it could be really scary, and I'm completely down for that. So, Polish?
I'm not intoxicated.
Well, I don't really know what it is for starters. I just don't know.
You mean
What?
Sorry,
he's lying. No, he's clearly lying.
He is absolutely high.
He's talking.
It's in the comments, but they asked if you
but I don't know what it is, so I don't know what to say about it. I wait for it and I see how it turns out.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, I've been watching this one for a while, and I like the air of mystery that they have around it, that they're keeping us wondering. But supposedly this is supposed to be the one that's supposed to scare the pants off of us and make us not want to do VR anymore. And just by them saying that alone, it's gotten me interested. And
something has to be R7.
Plus, I don't know if anybody here watches the Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, but after he's working on those kind of shows recently, I'm sure his mind is primed and proper for making something like this. So this is probably going to be really interesting. At least I hope it is.
I haven't seen that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You should check it out.
Sorry.
This one went right over my head, to be honest with you, and I fucking hate dream sequences. I don't like. I don't like any kind of psychological horror. I don't have any fucking patience for that. I fast forward in every movie and TV show I watch. So until this game shows something real, then I'm just gonna go with a big fat fucking no. You're up, Ryan.
Yeah. Did you know, Jeff, Elijah Wood is watching this stream. Do you want to reconsider what you just said?
No,
he just commented. He literally just commented on my stream side.
Shug is like, no. He can rewind it so he can remember what I said.
Elijah, here you go.
I'll let you know what he says. Okay.
Nice.
So my biggest issue with transference is that we saw this last year and no game footage last year, but it's been a whole year since last E3, and they showed, like Dave said, they've showed like a minute of footage in that trailer, like less than that, and not this. I mean, maybe it's got surprises, but I'm really worried about. It's first-time developer. I'm worried about, like I said, they're just what they're putting out there. I think game length is an issue now, just because it's a first-time developer, and they're new to VR. Not much is being said. Like, we don't know anything, but considering it's been a year since the announcement, like, I was looking forward to seeing a bit more, and we literally just got like a tiny bit more. So I can't say good or bad. I want it to be good, but I want to see more before I say really anything.
No,
fair enough.
Right. So,
yeah, I can't say anything either.
He's definitely drunk.
I love it.
Go ahead, AWOL.
No, Elijah Woods.
I didn't know. No, I think I'm excited to see that painting stuff. It looked like a painting kind of thing. I'm curious, but I have no idea. Like you said, there's no a lot of info, but I'm very curious. That's all I can say, really, too.
No, that's fair enough. Abel?
I'm optimistic on this one just because it's something different. And if they can pull off what they're showing us, if they can actually put me in this world that they want to put me in where I'm fucking around in people's heads or dreaming and all this crazy shit they're doing, and it works, it'll be neat because it's something different because that's what we all want from VR. We want different experiences. However, it could also be another impatient, like I think Dave said. And it could easily be a huge pile of shit or fucking awesome. And I don't think there's any gray in the middle. It's either going to kick ass or it's going to suck.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I do not see a middle ground for this game because I have high expectations for it, but I'm also prepared to be fuck 1,000 times in my impressions on it. I literally am prepared for that. But if it blows my mind, man, I'm really hoping for that because you know they're going to charge for this game $30-40. It's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, in the UK, it's 50 quid, I think.
Yeah, of course. They got fucking Frodo's in it, you know, so.
Elijah Wood
I don't think
presents.
he's in it.
You can't.
You know what I mean.
This is something that needs to be good. It'd be really good, or everybody in this room is gonna trash it if it's not like fucking not epic, but like damn fucking good. But I think I personally right now think I can't wait to play it. When I go in to play it, I'm gonna be all geeked until Seraphin ruins it for me 24 hours before I get it. I
hope I should in the game. That'd be great. Imagine VR.
Right, so the next game that got unveiled was during what I think we can all agree was for VR, a hugely disappointing conference by Sony, where we only got one PlayStation VR game revealed actually during the conference, which is also can be played in PlayStation or on PlayStation 4.
Trover.
And that is Trover Saves the Universe, which, don't get me wrong, again, to be honest, by the time it got round and I realised it was the only VR game, I tuned out, and I think I'm going to enjoy the game because I like Justin Roiland's sense of comedy. I love the Counting Plus, and I loved Rick and Morty, what I did actually play of it, not all of it, unfortunately. But like I say, during the conference, I literally was already tuned out. I was so peed off. But looking back on it now, it's like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this game. But again, it's not the game I was expecting during the Sony conference. Again, you know, why are they not showing Megalith? Why are they not showing Firewall Zero Hour? Why are they not showing
Because Rick and Morty is the
something
biggest
bigger?
TV show in the world, man.
I have no idea why. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, but like I say, I know I'm going to buy the game. I know I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm sure it'll be fun. But again, I was disappointed at the reveal and the timing of the real reveal. And that's, to be honest, most of the thing I'm taking away from E3. So anyway, Lewis, what do you think of?
Yeah, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. This is a cartoon that's, you know, I know I've seen some clips. I've chuckled and stuff. You know, it's all right, but it's not from my generation. It's just something I don't really get. I haven't gotten into and I won't get into. So anything they keep putting out, I didn't get in Counting Plus because I didn't care about that game. I saw the videos and it wasn't even that funny to me. I don't know.
Dave.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm not excited for that type of game. Not really at all.
Dave, you're up.
Okay, so
sorry, I'm done.
You got me all depressed, Louis.
I'm sorry.
Wait, Seraphim wants to talk.
I just ask you guys if anyone knows. I think Dream's coming out this year, from what I'm hearing. But
Dream's Beta is coming out this year.
Yeah, the beta.
The game's coming out next year.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Beta is gonna be open beta, isn't it?
All right. If we're talking Trover, here's another thing where, like Tetris, I feel like nobody in this room is super excited about it, but I've seen articles on tons of mainstream websites saying, hey, Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame has a new VR game coming to PlayStation, and it's getting a ton of coverage, and I even saw at E3 they got a couple Best of E3 awards, or like recommendations. Yeah, like people were...
Biased opinions, I bet you anyway.
I mean, IGN gave him one of the best. I'm not saying IGN is
they probably
biased.
biased too.
I'm just saying
God,
they
they're
don't
definitely
typically
biased.
like.
Get the fuck
They
IGN.
typically don't care about VR shit. So if they gave a Justin Roiland
They gave
VR
a good
game,
Killing Floor a
best
good,
of
good
IGN.
review, which I'm surprised about.
All
But
right.
even still-
All right. What I'm saying is, I think that first of all, we don't have many action platformers, third-person action platformers. We're waiting on Astrobot. That's going to be great, of course. We've got Mergles, which is okay. Everybody's
Keep calm,
fine with
keep
Mergles,
calm.
whatever. But I feel like that fills a little slot that we don't have. So if the gameplay is solid, then that's one thing right there. But the humor is going to turn people off, obviously. If you don't like Justin Roiland's humor, you're probably not going to like it, even if it's a solid action platformer. But I fucking love Justin Roiland's humor, so I'm way down for that. Get out of my face! I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. What's happening? I guess I'm done. I don't know what's happening anymore.
You done?
Preacher,
You done?
I
Right.
guess, yeah. Go ahead.
For this
Your
Trover
hand's hitting
thing.
my hand a lot today.
Sorry, for this Trover thing, I saw the thumbnail for the trailer, and that was the
Right,
second
it's been
time that I
right for, like,
facepalmed
this summer.
because I was just like, oh god, what the fuck is this thing? It just looked so shit, and people at my work love Rick
Can we
and
talk
Morty.
about what looked like shit besides the guy sitting in the bathtub, the marketing? Like the
Yeah.
gameplay itself, what was shitty about the gameplay itself?
yeah, it's a
No,
platformer.
no, that's what.
Action platformer.
No, that's what.
Yeah, do we have any of those that are good? Do we have any of those that are good?
Let me say.
This is what I'm getting around to. Like, I saw the thumbnail and immediately thought, "Oh my god, that looks shit. I don't want to watch this trailer." And then when I read about it and I heard that it was from the guys from Rick and Morty, I thought, "I definitely don't want to watch this trailer because everybody at work,
Dude, yeah.
everybody at work tells me how great Rick and Morty is. I tried to watch a few episodes to see if I could get into it, but I just could not get into it. It's not my type of humor. I can't stand
Too
it.
difficult for you?
No,
Uh,
no, it's just shit.
Bit difficult.
Boy.
It's just terrible.
That's what it seems
It's for dumbasses,
Boy.
basically.
That's
But
not correct.
Oh, man.
I just cannot stand Rick and Morty. I cannot stand Accountant Plus. I don't understand any of it. It's just stupid.
Bit hard.
It's
fine.
Okay.
it's just not for me whatsoever. I mean, I'm not judging anybody that watches it or enjoys it, but I am really.
He's
But
a
it's
creature.
that's why they call me the preacher. But yes, so it's basically the thumbnail totally put me off, and I have no interest in it whatsoever.
No, that's fine.
my thing.
Cool.
Game
I absolutely love Rick and Morty. I think it's absolutely amazing. I love it. Squanch games. What was the game they done last time? You was just talking about it.
Accounting
Plus.
Accounting Plus.
Oh,
We played
yeah,
it
I love
loads. My wife loved it. I loved it. It was so funny. And anything by them guys, personally, I'm very much looking forward to because I love their sense of humour. I mean, admittedly, sometimes if you don't get that sense of humour, there's a lot of talking, a lot of time wasting, and you'll be thinking, you know, like my dad saw it and he must have thought, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what is this crap? But to me, and I absolutely love it. And when the Accounting Plus come out, I thought this is fantastic. Rick and Morty, absolutely brilliant. Love that game. I know it's short. I know it's semi-expensive for what it was. But it was a great experience. Any fans of the shows will absolutely love that game. And I'm sure when this game comes out, it is going to be great as well. And hopefully not overpriced. So, yeah. Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I like it because I like third-person platformers anyway in VR, so I'm going to play it, and I really liked accounting, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Jason?
Yeah, for me, I'm not super excited about that one, but I mean, I love a good laugh anytime, so I don't know. I may check it out. Plus, they're saying it's supposed to be a full-length game instead of just something short like they've been giving everybody. And Rick and
Oh,
Morty and
right. I
stuff
don't know.
too, so-
I don't know that much about it, personally.
Yeah,
I just saw the footage.
I'll wait and
Supposedly,
see
there'll
then.
be
I'll
more
wait
than
and
30
see.
minutes worth of stuff, which should make people happy out there. So hopefully that'll do good. You know.
Last two experiences short, right? So yeah, maybe
Chuck?
I'll give it a chance if it's longer.
Well, I've got a pretty fucking dark and fucked up sense of humor. So you would think that I would like this stuff, but I really think Rick and Morty fucking sucks. The show, at
Me
least.
too. Yeah.
Accounting Plus, I played through it and like I laughed, but after an hour I deleted it. I was done with that. Rick and Morty, the game, yeah, it was kind of fun. It was very job simulator-ish with some sense of humor thrown in. It was okay. I don't care about this game, but I'm really happy for PlayStation VR because Rick and Morty's huge, and I'm in the minority, so I say bring it on.
Well,
It doesn't have to
we're in the
appeal to
same
me.
boat, Chuck.
Yeah. So
I agree
hey,
with
I'm
that.
psyched to review it, and I hope it's a great platformer. But I don't expect to be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that guy do the same voice for the third fucking time.
So far, the room is pretty much split on that game. So
Yeah, just a side note.
He
I know
knows
keeping
no
up with
other
everybody.
voices that he can do. He's like,
Well, but hold on, Lewis. That complaint comes up all the time. But people say, oh, he just does the Rick and Morty voices, right? If you look back to his old shit,
Fucking shit on fucking track. God damn it, Dave. You're
tearing us apart,
sitting around a
Dave.
fucking table.
Sorry, am I talking then, or what are we doing here?
I guess I'm done. Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
okay,
man. AWOL said, AWOL
whose
shouted at
turn
me.
is
So
it?
we're
It's
good.
Ryan.
It is
Brian.
it's the
It's
VR
Ryan.
grid to speak.
Heads AWOL.
We're gonna be in here
No,
for
no,
6
Chuck.
hours if we don't fucking move shit along.
we gotta hurry up. Yeah.
No, I,
Yeah, we do
I
because
like
it's like nearly
Justin,
11:30.
I like
Yeah, we
Justin,
got it.
In the UK.
I like Justin Roiland. I like Rick and Morty. Accounting Plus was funny. The Rick and Morty game was solid. The problem with that is this is made by Squanch Games, not Alchemy, who made Rick and Morty game. And the only other thing Squanch has made so far is Accounting Plus, which it's all based on his humor, not so much the gaming part of it. So I'm really worried about the quality of this platformer because from what I saw, I was not impressed at all. And it's relying a lot on Justin Roiland's humor again, which I like. But when you're
time.
building a game around that, I'm kind of losing interest in that game. And I don't know, like a full platformer from a new studio
VR dog.
could be tough.
What the hell?
Preacher doesn't
By
like
the
it.
table away.
He's barking at you again.
No, that's not me.
Someone's got a tension
It's not me this
problem.
time.
Seraphim, you're
Who's
up.
next? Seraphim?
Okay, yeah, my question's for hey, why'd you let them put coal on your chin? No, how'd you say it? Subscriber, someone said something about your chin should shave it because it looks like coal. Looks like shat on your chin.
I think Seraphim's lost the
No.
plot.
Okay, AWOL.
Yeah.
That's
AWOL go.
so my dishwasher. I'm done.
I'm in the same boat as a couple of you guys where I never watched Rick and Morty,
Nice.
but I did like Accounting Plus. It appealed to me as somebody who's never seen this guy. What the fuck's his name? What's this dude's name?
Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland.
Whatever.
But also, the
fucking
humor is half
Accounting-
crows.
Calling
I
that shit on his chin.
I liked Accounting Plus because it was obnoxious and foul, and they cussed a lot, and that's right up my goddamn alley. So, like, I was like, okay, this is cool. I didn't play Rick and Morty because
but when it's
I'm like,
done, like, right though, I mean, it's just, it
I'm
doesn't.
just saying. If
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get into it. Go ahead.
If this guy made that game, I'm gonna try it, and if it's obnoxious and stuff, I will chuckle. And like, I think it was Shughead that said I laughed, but I wasn't like that into it. That's how I thought in Accounting Plus. Like that first level where that dude's just screaming fuck for no reason constantly, and I love to swear, but I was like, would you shut the fuck up? Like, what's going on? But no, if he does it right, it's something that even though I'm not into the show or anything, he does have the potential to make a game that I would enjoy, and I'm hoping that this one is. I really am, because I did enjoy Accounting Plus. I did laugh a lot. They had the little gangster kids breaking windows and being cocksuckers. I love adult games, and games that are that type of thing where they're just so obnoxious and off the rail. I appreciated Accounting Plus for that, and I'm hoping that this next game is something where I'm like, dude, if you're not fucking 26, you shouldn't even be playing this because your head can't handle it. That's what I'm hoping for. Just straight his shit that he does. Like I said, I wasn't a fan until Accounting Plus, but if he could be a dick and make me laugh, fuck, man, I'll buy your shit.
Yeah, one thing I will mention real quick about Accounting Plus is it's half crows, and half Squanch. And Crows made the Stanley Parable, which if you guys ever played that, that's a funny-ass game in itself.
That's
it's
awesome.
really meta.
I did. I played
so,
that.
like,
Yeah.
I think some of the humor was also from Crows because they kind of co-developed it. So it's not just straight him. So I think that's why some people like it, even if they're not a fan of Justin Roiland. You know what I mean?
And just quickly, just that's what worries me is that this is Squanch Games' first solo project, which worries me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair.
Although I
Okay,
wasn't
well,
a big fan of the Rick and Morty game. I'm done. But yeah. go
That's
ahead.
fine. Right, so obviously we need to kind of crack on. Well, there's one game to cover that was revealed after the Sony show. Why they revealed it after the Sony show, I have no idea. And I think we
Seraphim
can
hates
pretty
us.
much quickly run through this, and that is Deracine from Software. So I really don't know what to think about this game. Well,
Halo
they was
left
gone as
too,
well.
Actually.
Oh, I'm sure there might have been a
Paywall just
connection
left.
issue on their end. That's all right, I'll keep an eye on it. But
What
yeah,
the
so
hell?
with Deracine, I don't know why it was revealed when it was. It seemed like Sony
like
were
your
trying
shirt.
to hide it. And while I've heard rumours that the game is really beautiful to play, you know, the visuals and stuff like that, that it's kind of hidden away has concerned me about it. And I think it's going to be like a really small game. I think it's going to be a very small personal game.
They said 8 to
maybe
10 hours.
2 hours. Well, no, they're saying it's about 6 to 8 hours long. I think they've said. But I'm still concerned from it.
long.
So, like I say, it's about 6 to 8 hours long because there's 8 chapters. But I'm still concerned about the game, and like I say, that Sony hid it away really, because most people would have just turned off the Sony conference right at the end. So a lot of people would have missed it. So, but we'll talk about the obviously the E3 after that. But as I say, Deracine, a bit like what you guys were saying when I was saying about transference. Want to see more? At the moment, I'm not sold on it. So we'll wait and see. Lewis?
For which game? I'm sorry. Which game are we talking about?
Deracine, the From Software game, where you're like
If you
a
know
girl
nothing
and
about it,
you're a
just say
ghost.
you don't know nothing.
You're a ghost.
I'll send him an
Wait,
invite.
wait. I'm
Very-
sorry. You guys said it at the same time. One person. What game is it called? What was the game called? What?
Deracine.
I
Once you
yeah, I
get
know
you're
nothing.
excited to
I
be
know
up there.
nothing because the more you say it, I know nothing.
Lewis,
That's fair
okay,
enough.
here's the breakdown. You've heard of Dark Souls.
Yeah, but I still haven't played that.
Okay, well, From Software made Dark Souls, Bloodborne, all those games. They've been announced to have been working on a PSVR game for like years. Everybody's like, okay, we know they're working on something. And they announced it finally, it's Deracine, and what you are is like a ghost in a kid's like boarding school or something like that.
Yeah, you're a
and you
fairy.
have to like go around, you're a fairy. You have to go around helping them do stuff, and there's a kid trying to prove that you exist, basically.
Okay,
So it's kind of like a
okay.
little fantasy thing. But I will say, I imagine it's going to be kind of dark, because they've never made a game that isn't dark.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's
like
like
even though it
Death of
seems
Dark
like
Day,
pretty
yeah.
straightforward, I feel like the atmosphere and the theming and everything is going to be really on point. Because if you
I
played like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, any of that stuff, one thing is the combat, but the world building and like all the little details and the atmosphere and everything is a huge part of why people like those games so much.
Okay.
So I think if they bring that to PSVR, we'll be solid.
Somebody send me a
Even
link
if it's
because
a
I never
totally
seen anything
different
about
out
this.
of left field. Yeah, there's a short trailer. It doesnn't show you much.
I can
There's
send you
a
a
few
link, Lewis.
articles about like
Thanks,
hands-on
Seven,
stuff.
because I don't. This is one I don't remember. And maybe it's just
No, it's
another one
fine.
that didn't
I think
impact
a
me
lot
enough
of
to be like, oh, no, again. So.
Yeah. Well, but that's it. I think people are excited about From Software doing something. It's not what they wanted, obviously, but it should still be good, I think.
Preach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, VR Grid, what are you doing? Hugging your wife? I'm just kidding.
I can.
No, I put my controllers down and I kept playing with them.
He gets it. Chuckhead gets it.
I can.
That's
I
not
can.
funny.
Come on, guys. We need to crack on with
Hey,
this.
he's trying to talk over here.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I think I can prove Nat's point about tuning out, because this game I have not done my homework on. I haven't even watched the trailer or read anything about it whatsoever. So I'm in the same boat as Lewis. I have no clue about this game. Not at all.
Yeah.
I will do.
That's me.
Seraphim,
done.
you wanna be
Seraphim's next now. He moved.
The game's just brilliant. You can't really. No, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm sorry.
Well,
What game
Yeah,
are you
it's-
talking about?
It's a game
Deracine.
from software, so I suppose it's gonna be something good. And like Dave said,
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
have
be
no
something
idea,
dark
Seraphim.
as well. It's on a bigger side as well, apparently, 8 hours, around 8 hours. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking forward to more of it,
hey,
really,
while
because
you
they
chat,
didn't
is
show
it
that
working,
much.
mate?
Yeah, it is. I heard
Can you?
that.
I can't hear anything.
Ranch is
Oh,
going
really?
AWOL.
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
for me, I don't know if I'm super excited about that one either, but I mean, they have a huge following on Dark Souls and everybody else does too, so
Okay.
it's pretty interesting.
I gotta put the dog out.
I'll keep my heads up for it. And, you know, maybe I'll check it out. I'm not sure, but I'm not super excited about that one. Shut.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it either. I mean, I saw the trailer and it really didn't interest me, except the fact that, yeah, From Software, I mean, they've been pretty deadly over
Have
the
they
last
messed
like
up?
5 or 6
Like,
years.
have they
done
released a
anything but a
shitty
Souls
game?
game though? Dave, have they
Well,
done
they've done-
anything but a Souls game?
They've done Bloodborne. They've done
Bloodborne.
Souls.
Yeah, but I
That's
consider
pretty
that
much
a
it,
Souls
yeah.
game.
3D dot heroes.
So I'm interested
Oh, wait,
to
they
see
made
what
that
they
game?
got.
Really?
That was actually kind of decent looking. I never played it, but I had a friend who played it. Good.
So I'm interested to see what these guys can do outside of the Souls series. The game itself, from what I've seen right now, is super meh to me, but I think I established how I feel about dream sequences, and fairy shit's right up there. But
yeah, I don't give a shit about fairy stuff.
But that being said, there was an article that I read yesterday. It was playable in the corner of the show floor, and the guy who played it said that it was super beautiful to play, but it's definitely got like a kind of dreamy vibe to it. So I don't know. We gotta wait to see more. I think.
He's just up there, the whole room.
Yep. Yep. It's from Software, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The trailer's boring. I watched trailer again and tuned out again, so it's not a good trailer. But from what I do remember watching, it looks beautiful, like super high detailed levels. Obviously, we're going to lose a lot of that once we actually see it in VR. But it's from Software. I'm super looking forward to it just because it's them. But we need to see more than just that trailer, because that trailer didn't do much for me. Same with everybody else.
Yeah, I like the graphics. I think it looks amazing. I think a game from Software will be absolutely incredible. The story didn't really grip me, but I like the idea of time travel. And yeah, I know it's not going to be an action-y game, which when you hear from Software, you're thinking of that. You're thinking it's going to be dark, violent, and but yeah, I'm excited for it just because it's such a big developer. So yeah, okay. I'm cool.
I will. Oh shoot!
Rec Room crashed on me, so I have no idea what game we're talking about.
We're talking about Daracene.
Daracene.
Exactly. Me and my thoughts.
Exactly, dude. Wait, who just joined this game?
Hell?
Some dude just joined.
How is that even possible?
I think
who is this guy?
I pressed the button.
No, that was all me by accident.
You Ryan did it by accident.
No, by total accident. I meant to hit no, and it just hit invite.
Why does the couches keep getting moved?
I'm watching.
Because somebody keeps picking them up.
That was my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Just leave.
There's a kid in our room. Dude,
this is Rich. This is the best, guys.
Oh, he left. Okay.
There's my setup.
Oh, man.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I seriously, I have no idea.
See how lucky you are, Jason? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine.
Hang on, Lenny will talk.
The game doesn't even read a fucking bill, man. So fuck it.
I can feel the love.
AWOL, you ever heard of From Software?
Yeah.
Heard of Bloodborne. Oh,
that's them.
They made. I heard the Bloodborne and all that shit. I've never heard of this game you're talking about, though. And,
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I never heard. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so fuck it. I guess we'll see when it comes out.
Amazing.
Next game, we got to go on. We got to move it.
No, yeah, so we got to kind of crack on now.
I'll get to it when I get there. Go ahead.
Yeah, right, so they're all the games that were actually unveiled during the show. So now, if we just kind of give our thoughts about E3 in general for PlayStation.
Paul had a video with all these other games that didn't get.
No, they were the only unveiled. There was a lot of stuff that was shown on the show floor, and we'll get to that in this section.
I see what you're saying.
If we give our thoughts about E3 in general, let's stick with PlayStation VR rather than just standard games. So if we stick with the PlayStation VR, and then if we also talk about the stuff, because obviously Sony had a lot of show floor presentations for PlayStation VR. So I'll start. First of all, the show for E3 in terms of presentations, demonstrations for VR, shit. Absolutely god-awful. I honestly don't think it could go any worse. I called it a bloodbath, and I stick by that. However, once we actually got to the show floor content, once they started showing me gameplay, that's the only thing I give a shit about, is show me gameplay. They started showing me gameplay. Creed, Rise to Glory. Liking the look of that. I've never been a big fan of Survivors games. That one I'm liking the look of. That looks like it's going to be the first one of their games I'm actually going to totally enjoy. Firewall Zero, every time I see that game, I get more and more excited, and it drives me crazy that wasn't shown in the conferences or as a prior show. That just drives me up the wall. The only one that I haven't seen any footage of that I'm disappointed at is Megalith. I still can't find any footage anywhere of Megalith.
There's some on
intriguing.
YouTube. There's some on YouTube of a guy.
Oh, is there? Okay, I'll need to find that as well. So While I was hugely disappointed we didn't get the oh wow my god moment game that we've had the past 2 years when we got Resident Evil 7 and Skyrim, that really disappointed me. I still stand by my statement that the actual conferences and the presentations for VR was a bloodbath. It was a total pile of shit. But going forward, I'm very positive. What we do need now is one of the games that we know about. We need Firewall Zero Hour, or we need Beat Saber to exceed expectations, to kind of pick up the slack that we don't have a Skyrim, that we don't have a Resident Evil 7 on our radar. I'm still positive that for PlayStation VR there's still a shit ton of games, and I do think that Firewall Zero Hour could possibly be that game. I think it's a AA developer that is trying to shoot for a AAA game, very similar to what Farpoint tried to do, but I think they're actually going to do it better. From what I can see, they're going to do it better. So, like I say, on the whole, disappointed with E3, but it hasn't diminished my love for PlayStation VR. My love for PlayStation VR is there, and I still think we've got the best to come. So anyway, that's where I am.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, yeah, the presentation itself compared to last year's presentation, where it was a lot of showy. We have developers coming out on stage telling us what their games are going to be like, what's new, what's not new. This was a show of trailers. It's all it was. It was a show of trailer after trailer after trailer, and they could have just released the trailers instead of just giving us the whole Sony show, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I was disappointed in the presentation itself, but a lot of the games I'm really excited for. I'm excited for Creed. I'm excited for Firewall. Firewall, although it looked a little buggy in the footage, it looked like they still got to do some work on it. The gunplay looked a little like Bravo Team. The way it reloaded and everything. It looked like the when the gun kind of came out and like reloaded it by itself, kind of with an animation. I don't know if I like that. But what else was there? Firewall. I mentioned those two. What else was there?
All the games we talked about already.
That was quite a bit.
On the maybe I'm trying to think if there's one more I was excited about, but I guess I can't think of one. Evasion.
Evasion looks great.
Yes.
Evasion looks really good.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Evasion looks amazing. I'm glad they're bringing Evasion to PSVR. It looks great. I can't wait to play co-op on that game. The fact that they're using the aim controller is always a plus. And I'm really excited about Evasion. Those 3 games are like my top 3 games. And Blood and Truth also looks good. I've heard Lance Akiro, he's another YouTuber who does a lot of VR stuff and plays a lot of werewolves and stuff. He's actually at E3, and he's played these games out on the floor. And he said that Blood and Truth was pretty good in his opinion. So I'm interested to see how Blood and Truth is compared to some of the other games we're getting that has like free locomotion and stuff like that. So those are like I guess the 4 games I'm pretty excited about. Like, if there is more, you guys probably will mention something else that I can't remember. Then we'll see. So yeah,
Seeking Dawn has PC presence, but not PlayStation yet. But that'll be great when that comes out. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off there.
Keep in line, Jason. You're not even a YouTuber. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you, man. Okay, so as far as the Sony conference, one thing that I don't think anybody has mentioned yet that I think is like worth mentioning is a lot of E3 big company presentations, like I want to say Sony and Nintendo, were really focused on showing deep gameplay, like 5-10 minutes straight of gameplay of
Last of Us
to get people excited and show them like, okay, well, we can tell you about it. But they even said, like, the head of Sony was like, this time we want to show people the in-depth stuff, whatever. So you can't spend 5 minutes on Firewall and expect people to follow you because VR presence isn't all the way up there yet. So they're going to want to see 10 minutes of Last of Us. They're not going to want to see 10 minutes of Firewall, even if we want to. So I think overall, as far as Sony goes, the way they did it was okay because when they went with that more like in-depth, long-form coverage of stuff, it doesn't really make sense for a lot of the VR games that are out. And honestly, they probably don't even have enough footage to show like that in the form that they're at this point. And nobody likes watching headset footage, except for our our viewers, pretty much.
Right.
So I think as far as the main Sony thing, it was a shit show anyways. There was like a guy playing a banjo for 20 minutes or whatever. But like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The one thing I will say is
A flute.
It was like day 3, or it was day 3 or 4 where they had a block of like 3 hours of just PlayStation VR coverage. They went through Astrobot, which looks incredible. Showed like
yes,
way
I forgot
more
about
in-depth
that.
stuff on Astrobot.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too.
They talked a lot about Firewall. They showed a lot of footage of Firewall. So I feel like even though on the main presentation stage they didn't do much, on those additional days when they were streaming stuff out, I saw a lot of really interesting stuff there that I hadn't seen before. So I feel like even though they didn't put it up at the same level as a Last of Us or a Ghost of Tsushima or something like that, like they still threw it out there, and I saw a lot of stuff that I was interested in and more info that I hadn't seen. So I think they did a decent job. Obviously, Tetris is going to get people pumped. Beat Saber is going to get pumped. I don't know. I think they did okay. I'm not like too upset about how they did.
I like the
I'm done now. I rambled forever there. Go preach.
That's not what I'm saying. It's soothing. I'm like really relaxed right now. You can totally
Cheers, sir.
do whatever you
It's good to
want
know.
Nonsagacious agrees with you, Dave.
I'm losing track here. Yeah. As far as
E3
yeah,
as a whole.
as far as E3 as a whole goes, I thought the flat show, they basically Sony took the stance of going, I'm going to show you all of the games you're going to buy, and no games that you're not going to buy, because every single game was awesome. Which was a different approach, but yeah, everything was awesome. It was really good. But as far as the VR goes, it felt like a B side. It felt like you had the A team and you had the B team, and it was as if, like, kind of what Dave was saying. It's like, you know, the what is it, 80 million, 60 million, or whatever it is, PS4 people aren't interested in seeing Firewall, whereas we are.
There's
and
2 million who are, but
there's 2 million, yeah.
The rest exactly.
The rest don't really care, but that's it. Basically, they did a show for the VR guys, but not a good enough show to get more headsets sold. It was a show for us, not so much a show for everyone like they have done in previous years where they were really pushing the VR. So I think it was kind of disappointing in that aspect. But for us, we did get to see quite a few things. It wasn't very long, but day three was good. But the rest of it was kind of disappointing. Yeah. And the dribs and drabs of information that we've gotten from like IGN and GameSpot and sites like that have actually played some of the games, it's not bad. They've had a lot of developer interviews and they've got a lot of information in there, so it is pretty good. And I'm the same as Lewis, you know, like Creed, Evasion, Firewall, 0 Hour, you know, they all look like day ones to me. But again, that's because the show was selling them to me, a headset owner, an already current headset owner. Anybody else reading those articles? I mean, I looked at the comments sections and there was like 0. You know, you go to like The Last of Us and there's like 1 million comments from people. You go to the same website with an article on VR.
Well, that's because
and
everyone's upset about the lesbian kiss.
Why would you get upset about that?
I thought it was. I thought
the whole internet was like,
it was a loud kiss, but it was hot.
Somebody in here had a commenter who said that they were going to sell their PS4 because of the Last of Us kiss. That was you. Yeah. People are upset. They're idiots, but they're upset.
Yes, they're idiots.
What happened?
Somebody's selling his PlayStation VR because he was upset about the PlayStation VR, but he's actually going to sell his PS4 stuff as well because he's even more upset about the lesbian kissing. He actually quoted Romans to me, the passage in Romans about, you know.
Last of Us 3, it's going to be 2 dudes kissing, okay, guys?
So my thought is, if you're upset about 2 girls kissing, and then you watch a trailer where everyone's getting murdered point blank in the head with a pistol, like, God doesn't want you playing that shit anyways, I guarantee it. Like, I don't know. Don't quote me.
No, I feel you on that, though. Like, come on. Like,
don't pick and choose how you're going to be religious.
Yeah.
And I found that there was this lady...
It's not a big deal. That's not that big of a deal.
And the protagonist, and that's why all the characters are female, and that's why. And there's no secret, it's all out, but they don't care, who knows. But they decided the whole E3 thing was like very feminine inclined, and that's how I feel that way. They're screwing us. We've been hijacked. We need to make our own games. Fuck 'em. I hate E3.
What are you talking about? Men need to make their own games? Seraphim, get the fuck out of here.
I have no idea. Let's move on to Paul.
Paul.
So I think E3 was shit for PSVR owners, but the one thing I take from it, when they showed Dreams, and I think, when you play Dreams and can make your own games, I can see myself saying, if you don't have VR, just get it, because them games, what you're making, seeing them in yourself, what you make, being in that world you just made, that's going to be amazing. So I'm surprised they didn't show
excited for Dreams
on stage, but
Everybody is.
all in all, Sony's not showing PSVR was shit, but my biggest take of it is Dreams gonna be awesome.
Cool.
Cool, Jason.
Dreams.
We didn't get as much love as we wanted to at E3, but we still got a little at the end there. Plus, they have to cater to the big sellers. If you're upset over a lesbian kiss, time to wake the fuck up. We're in the 21st century.
Yeah, right.
Now.
Exactly. Thank you, Jason. Yes, Jason, thank you.
We make it with chicks for 30 years, but not the millions before.
I'm with Seraphim on Dreams, though. I agree with you on that. I don't agree with you on the last one. I agree with you on that. That's going to be a game changer for us.
I don't know either way. I like lesbians, but I just don't like it when we're being genderized. We're being pushed. They're doing it.
That's every game made.
Are you on that whole thing where everything's a social justice warrior? Everybody's a social justice warrior now, or whatever?
Yeah, it's time
It's
for
not just me
It's their time. It's their
evidence.
time, man. We've had plenty of time. We've had thousands of years for that shit.
Stop that, we.
It's their
Come
time.
on, guys.
Only been here for 7 years.
Sugarhead.
Anybody else here a women's studies major?
Sugarhead.
Shooters.
I will try to stay.
I don't think they know.
Go ahead,
don't
Sunshine.
I watched the Pornhub version of that scene.
All right. I would say...
I didn't mean to heckle you. I was trying to slap you.
Yeah, look at
Come
this
on.
bell and those crossbows. He's one of them.
What? It was a good
Guys,
scene.
come on. Please, this...
Just to
Shrug it.
echo somebody's
Come on.
statements here
Let's hang
is that I think that the PS3 the PS VR kind of influence on the whole show was absolute shit. I think that PlayStation's conference as a whole was bloated and overlong. I mean, hell, could we have not put in some PSVR trailers instead of watching people play fucking instruments for like 15 minutes of showtime? Like, if I had to watch Walmart guy come out with a flute, I was going to leave Nat's shit. But even The Last of Us, it was like 15 minutes long. We could have just gone straight to the killing. Like, I don't want to get into the SJWs type of shit, but like, it was definitely bloated and overlong. And it would have been nice to see some PSVR presence, because if you've got 80 million PS4s and you've got 2 million PSVRs, well, how do you sell to 78 million PS4 players? Well, then you've got to fucking show PSVR shit. Like, it's a no-brainer. But that being said, I would say that PlayStation VR's overall kind of showing at this E3 was actually better than last year's, except that Sony completely fucked up actually demoing that stuff and showing, because let's just quickly look at it, not just at the show, but for 2018, just to quickly go. We've got like that Ghost Giant game, and you've got Firewall, and you've got Star Child, and you've got the Persistence, and we've got Dreams, and we've got Astrobot, and the games just keep coming and coming. I mean, Air Combat, if it ever sees release, or Ace Combat, but just like the amount of titles, and then Sariento, and then Invasion, and just all these games that we're probably going to see by the end of the year. It's a phenomenal showing, and it's just like, Sony, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't get over the fact that they had all these amazing games, and they showed jack shit to the and then even Beat Saber and stuff. It's like, why is that not on stage? Like, instead of having some guy with a fucking flute, have some guy fucking playing Beat Saber.
Yeah, buddy.
That's actually a pretty good idea. I will certainly agree with that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just huge missed opportunity on Sony's part, but they had the ammunition. Like, it's not like I came away from the show and going, wow, we got fuck all. Sony screwed us. PlayStation VR is turning into Vita. At first I thought that, but now at the post E3 and looking at the whole show, it's like the games are fucking there. It's just they're just not pushing it. Like, who's in charge of their marketing? That's it. I'm done. Rant over.
They're counting on us to push it, guys. They're counting on us to push it.
Yeah, us free advertisers.
Yeah, same thing. super underwhelming performance. Like this is underwhelming.
Yeah.
As far as pushing PSVR, they didn't push it at all. They catered to us after the fact, and that's exactly what it was. So like I said, there's 60 million, 80 million PlayStation VR owners, and they didn't try to sell a single console to any one of them. That's kind of the
Where are your
unfortunate side
hands
of it.
at, dude? Sorry. I
Oh,
just
behind my
Tetris,
head.
though. We talking Tetris, though?
That was still
Somebody's-
pre-E3. Like that was still pre-E3.
Oh,
actual
pre-E3.
main-
Okay, we're
that was
talking
still,
about
like, the actual main
yeah, okay.
E3, and then like it's just they said they weren't trying to sell to anybody except everybody who already owns the headset, and it's just a step sideways. And like Shug said, they've got the ammunition, they just didn't pull the trigger. So
Nope.
Okay. We done?
Firing blanks.
yeah, I'm
Uh,
done.
Yep.
I love their E3. I thought it was really good. I thought The Last of Us 2 looked amazing. I thought Spider-Man looked great.
We're only
As
supposed
for-
to talk about VR stuff.
No, I
As
mean
for
VR
VR
stuff.
stuff, man, I'm just saying, as for VR
Well, E3
stuff,
as a whole, no. E3 as a
I
whole we're
wasn't-
talking about.
I
Oh,
was
no,
not
no,
let
he said,
down.
because I would have been talking about Ghost of Tsushima forever.
Yeah, no,
if we
VR
were
said
just,
yeah, that looks-
yeah.
Oh, I feel like that
We're
made that game
talking
look
VR.
amazing, yeah.
But
You're
as
right,
for
alright, I'm
VR,
sorry.
we were mega let down, but as you all said, there were so many games to play. I don't know why they left it for day 3. Why they didn't, like in Nintendo, cut straight to a treehouse thing straight away afterwards, and everyone who watched E3 could have carried on then watching PSVR. I didn't really understand why we jumped to, okay, in 3 days' time, we'll get to see some PSVR games. To me, that was really poor. But yeah, like you said, they're counting on us lot. They want us to do the work for them, and we should. I was gutted about the negativity that happened everywhere. People are saying PSVR was dead. It's not fucking dead. No way. Don't let Sony and their lack of commitment, almost, that's what it looked like to us. Yeah, man, we're there and we're doing it and we're working hard, and I thought that's what we had to do afterwards. We had to work harder to make sure everyone knows that there's so many games out there and we need to play them, and they're all coming, and PSVR is amazing. So yeah.
Hey, what? Last word?
I'm extremely disappointed overall with the PSVR stuff. We got some cool games coming. I'm excited for quite a few of them. But I'm really bummed because I own a fucking Rift too, and this is weird. I don't want
It's your own
that
fault.
game that was released on that whatever it's called. I don't know.
Stormman?
It's called Buy. Yeah, that one. It looks amazing. That's a game that not only did the PSVR not come out with something big, something good, but neither did the fucking Vive, unless I missed something. The Rift actually, with that one game alone, came out and crushed the Vive and the PSVR for the near future. They have the game. That's what they have. And that's not just a bang on PSVR, that's a bang on the Vive too, which is saying something, because they don't have fucking shit.
They're not going to have Tetris for a while, though.
I'm sitting here going...
They still don't have Resident Evil 7.
Right?
Neither does the Vive. But
I know, they were supposed to, but they didn't get it.
Sony's exclusive city, baby.
Look,
I will
all I'm
finish.
saying is, as an owner of both, I'm sitting here bummed out that my Rift is getting something that I'm excited about, but not my PSVR, because I like to play here. This is where I want to be with you guys. Like, I don't want to be playing again my fucking Rift. No.
How many friends do you have on Rift? How many friends do you have on Rift? How many fucking friends do you have on Rift?
My only friend on the Rift
Frankie.
is
PSVR.
It's
Frank.
Frank. He's my only friend. No, the point is, fucking...
I'm just kidding.
We had nothing big. We had nothing that gets people excited, especially when Sony ignored it on the main presentation. We had nothing to get people excited to buy shit. You know, it sucks. I'm overall very unhappy right now. I'm not gonna swear. I'm not gonna fucking flip shit. But Sony fucked us. They fucked us all. Overall, as a whole. Honestly, what are we waiting for? A TBD release date on Firewall 0 Hours. The only fucking...
No, they said
game-
very, 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 very soon.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
still
I mean,
have a
that's
release
another
date.
disappointment. A lot of
And
those
that's-
games have got no dates, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Firewall-
this whole very, very, very soon shit is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid. So it's like they literally gave us zero freaking awesomeness. Like, to be excited. I mean, there's
yeah.
some cool shit coming out, and I'm not downplaying. the
Most
cool
of it's
game
all
by
shit
saying-
that we already knew.
Right. And that's where my disappointment comes in. It's like, I want more people in PSVR? I do. I
Do you know
really
what's
do.
so strange?
But it's like, why do people want to buy it right now? They didn't do a fucking thing for the PSVR on in this E3. Not a goddamn thing. They didn't. They fucked it up.
Yeah,
I think
man.
Sony's on fucking cruise control going into the next gen, and that's all they're cared about is making sure they stay on top until PS5 to face Xbox, and that's it.
They should have.
said,
They
"Fuck
should have.
PSVR. We got to beat Xbox.
I don't think they said fuck PSVR. I don't think they said fuck PSVR.
They should have started that show. They should have lifted the curtain, and there should have been 4 versus 4 guys, all on PSVRs, all with aim controllers, all
What? Dude, that would have been so sick.
And they should have had.
Yeah.
And they should have had.
Right.
And they should have had that like bam firewall.
How many times did they do that? How many times did they fucking... Exactly. How many times did they do that with like when Star Trek came out? They showed all this fucking footage of people playing together in the same fucking room.
But they should have had that 4 versus 4 on stage playing firewall, all working as teams with headsets and aims.
Yeah.
And there would have been gun games, shooters, fucking cell systems.
You
And
could have
people
put
would
a guy with a banjo in the middle too, and it would have been
I
fine.
agree.
What saying, so.
You would have heard guys on stage come in their pants. You would have heard them just like, oh.
Dude, it's like Rainbow. It's like Rainbow Six in VR. Like what
It
the
is
hell? It's
Rainbow
amazing.
Six, and I love Rainbow Six. Bring it on. Stupid
Yes, sir.
Sony.
Yeah. They had their chance, man. They had their
I'm always
chance.
searching out content.
They could have been a
I'm
contender.
always searching out. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this has gone on for quite a while. I think we've had a good chat.
Yeah, that's all of E3 right there.
I always thought that it's good getting
Oh
different
my God, Seraphim, get
opinions.
out of my body! Jesus Christ! He's become a terror. Seraphim has become a terror in the last 10 minutes. I want to tell you.
Let's just.
I don't know what he's doing.
Let's just wrap this up for everybody.
I'm
Sorry, we
trying.
haven't had time to.
Jeez, oh my God, guys, I'm scared.
Seraphim, just bear with me a second, man.
Seraphim,
Destroy
chill,
the
bro.
place.
Seraphim.
So obviously, I think the next big event. There's 2 big events that we're going into, but they're going to be in September and October. That's going to be the Tokyo Game Show and the Paris Games Week. Let's hope Sony can knock it out of the park like they did with Paris, like last year. Obviously, hopefully, we're going to get a few games. Now, I'd like to do a round table maybe in a month or 2. A bit of news. A lot of you guys know Ray at Perp Games. Because he supplied games to some of us for
All you Europeans, yeah, not these Americans over here.
Raise a good dude.
I talked to him a bunch. Yeah, it's good.
What? But they've given us games to give away to our fans and stuff. Paul knows
Yeah,
him.
he gave me like 10 codes for 2 different games.
Well, I was speaking
that's
to
nice of
Ray
him.
today on email, and
email him.
I actually asked him if he would be interested in coming on our next roundtable to discuss the trials and tribulations of being a publisher, actually publishing games for PlayStation VR, getting them out on the marketplace. And he said yes, he would be
excellent,
interested
excellent.
to joining us on the next thing, similar to Strange Games. So possibly what I'm thinking is I think the next big game that we're kind of hyped for is at the end of this month, Honor and Duty. D-Day beta.
The beta,
which we'll
yeah, the
get in.
beta for Honor and Duty.
So what I'm thinking is once the beta's been done and shut down and we've all had a chance to play it and join up and try and shoot people in the back, and yes, I'm looking
Roundtable
at you,
time?
Lewis. Roundtable, and if we get both Strange Games and if we get both Perp Games to join us for 2 different viewpoints, we'll focus on those 2 guys, and then we can just chat shit like we normally do, but not for 3 hours. But
Sounds
good to you guys.
Wait, was it 3 hours this time?
2 hours, like 1 hour and a half, almost 2 hours, almost 2.
Yeah,
We'll split the difference here. We're good.
It was a lot to talk about, guys. E3.
There's a lot of us as well. There's a lot of us opinions
I
to
had
go
to
around.
interrupt like all the time. I really needed to.
See, I don't need the muzzle. All right. So I guess that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody
Wait,
for
can we
showing
do
up.
one final, like, who is everybody if people just halfway tuned in, halfway through?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Start with everyone.
Who's this guy?
I've
AWOL
my stream
Soldier.
now.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm AWOL Soldier.
Here we go over there.
On that, 7 Degrees of Gaming.
I'm Lewis Knight, PSVR.
Oh, I've got my stream off now. I'm Paul.
That was Sarah from
one
those
night.
didn't hear that.
I'm the preacher from
Yeah,
the
we
Preacher
heard-
Players.
no, we didn't-
Nice to
sort of
meet you
heard.
guys.
Yeah, we go.
Wait,
Sarah
who's
from
that?
one I know.
Hold on, you guys are talking over Preach. Who's Preach? What's Preach?
I'm Preacher from the Preacher Players. Nice to meet you guys.
The Preacher plays.
I'm Ryan from the VR Grid.
I am Chris from Shughead Gaming.
And that's Jason, everybody.
And that's Jason.
Fanboy. Fanboy in the back. Fanboy in the back.
This guy is some guy named Jason.
That's dude on the couch.
I'm out. It's been awesome.
Yep.
Peace out, guys. Peace out, everybody.
I'm ending the stream. Ending the stream.